Good morning, chat. How are we doing on this fantastic Saturday afternoon? Evening. I hope everyone's having a good one today. After many weeks of much anticipation and many good games not being shown on stream, I hope it will be worth the wait. This morning, we had the Europeans play out their last qualifier to send two teams to the Esports World Cup. BDS beat Secret, as expected. And then Wolves beat ITB. Lazmu is going to the Esports World Cup, beating Doki and Creeds. Finally, something interesting happened in this tournament, man. We're watching Dark Zero versus Sonics first. That starts in about 15 minutes. And then Luminosity SSG up next. People are sleeping on LG. People are way too quiet about Luminosity. Now, I'm excited for Benjo on Space Station 2. But people are not excited enough about Surf's return to LG. That boy is cooking, and I'm very excited for that game. What do you mean Sonics knocked Cloud9 Beast Coast out and then forfeited Element? Did they actually forfeit Element? I didn't hear about that. Is that real? That's lame if that's true. Because the Element 3 schedule is specifically crafted so that it doesn't interfere with Esports World Cup at all. That was like intentionally why they made it that way. Saving strats. I mean, I think it makes more sense just to show up and, like, run around a few games, but I guess fair enough. I actually wonder if anybody would just, like, ever play in a tournament like Element and then purposely run, like, the wrong map pool, you know? Like, literally just pretend like your map pool is completely different from what it actually is. Am I cooking with this idea, or is that too far? Literally just convince everybody your map pool is not what it actually is. Play border every map. There you go. They have a chance to win the Esports World Cup club money. Do they have any teams other than PUBG and Siege? Also, Sonics haven't qualified yet. Can we be clear? Sonics did knock out Cloud9, but they could still miss out on Esports World Cup. We know the top 4 from the North American qualifier. 3 of them will make it. So, you know, roughly 75% chance. Given that they've beaten Beast Coast twice now, and the second time was pretty dominant. The second time was 7-3, 7-3. I would assume they're one of the favorites. You got to imagine Sonics are going. Axon sleeping on LG. I'm telling you, LG are a scary team, and they could beat Space Station today. This team has been bulldozing through the competition, beating M80 twice through the open qualifiers. Strong game over Karn & Co. I mean, I guess they've just played the same team twice. It's not the greatest of sample sizes, but still impressive. And I still think LG are going to be a massive force to be reckoned with. They're going to be deadly. What's up, Mossy? I think Sonics are likely to qualify. I think Sonics and Dark Zero will qualify. I think the loser of the second semi will not. I just think Sonics... It's hard to give predictions for Sonics because we haven't seen them play at all in like 3 months. So it's really hard to give predictions for Sonics. But I mean, their record looks really good. They've crushed Beast Coast twice in a row now. So you've got to imagine Sonics will make it. Dark Zero are too consistent. DZ may lose to Sonics today, but they're too consistent to lose 2BO3s in this. They're not going to miss the tournament. And then LG versus Space Station, in my mind, comes down to, I mean, just how the two new rosters work, right? How well does Surf work on LG, and how well does Benja work on Space Station? Benja's obviously a better player than Surf. Like, pound for pound, the SSG players are better. But the SSG players are also trollers. Super always says they look good. No, that is a fair point. Super has been very critical of his team in the past. DZ2 won all games close with at least one overtime. Let's look at the Dark Zero versus Sonics head-to-head, yeah? In stage 1, they played, it was a 7-2. That was the start of the season, was it? Yeah, that was right at the start of the season. It was a really bad start for Dark Zero. Atlanta, they played 8-6. That was in Swiss. That was on LAN. NAL last year was a 2-1, but the closest it got was 7-5. 8-7 in stage 2. To me, it feels like if Dark Zero are on, it's a close game where anybody can win. And if Dark Zero are not on, then Sonics just have their number. Historically, Sonics do well against Dark Zero. Historically, Sonics enjoy beating Dark Zero. Close games in there for sure. But a couple not close games as well. So it's a tough one to call. It's a really tough one to call. Like, without having seen Sonic's new roster, I think it's like literally just impossible to make a realistic guess. To make an educated prediction. He said doo-doo. All right. Spirit's ex-teammate Surfatron. That's the guy. Who's one player Sonics need to watch out for on Dark Zero? I saw NJ posting some clips on Twitter. Seems like NJR's been firing through these qualifiers. So, I mean, I think mechanically, on an individual level, NJR is probably the scariest. But he's also not the type of player that, like, I think you need to focus down. Like, NJR is never going to be a frontline guy that's going to cause you problems. He's just very, 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 very reliable. It's more going to be Pamba and Bolo running around that you're a little bit afraid of. What do I think happened with WildCard? Like, again, it's hard to say without actually watching the games, but, like, I just don't think they're a good enough team. They got, like, 4 really old guys, and then Spiker, who's, like, the IGL. And, like, some of the old guys are good, but, like, are they as good as the players literally in their prime, at the peak of their career on Dark Zero? Close. I mean, you know, 8-6 on Chalet. They beat him on Club. 8-6 on Skyscraper, like, I think clearly when WildCard can play the game they want to play, you know, they can bring games close with Dark Zero. They're not bad players. They're just not as good as, like, Bolo and NJR.
No, this is food. This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
Thank you, Yorbo. I kind of agree WildCard need changes, but at the same time, like, there's only so many players, and I don't think WildCard is, like, spending the cash to be king of the pickings, you know? Like, you can say these 5 players are not good enough to be top 4 in NA, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But, like, who is? You're not sniping anyone from M80. You're not sniping anybody from Dark Zero. You're not sniping anybody from Sonic. You're not sniping anybody from Beast Coast. You're probably not sniping anybody from Oxygen. So, like, I guess go fishing for the LG players. Maybe they just snipe LG players. Maybe that's genuinely just the answer. I mean, that's what Oxygen did. Didn't help, but at least they're trying something, you know? Where is the cat? Not here. I would not redeem. M80 players are not bad. M80 has good players. At least a few of them. But clearly something's not working out for them. I think M80 choked in the Manchester playoffs against DZ. I think even at their best, M80 probably don't beat Dark Zero's best. But I don't think they played to their best. And then, again, the LG versus M80 games, I don't fucking know because we couldn't watch those games. I don't fucking know. Groups is 2 groups of 8. Yup. Yeah, Esports World Cup is 2 groups of 8 when we eventually get there. The format for this tournament in general is, like, really, really, really bad. Do Oxygen make changes again? I don't know. OXG just feel lost. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. My gut reaction is no. My gut reaction is Oxygen, keep this roster until after SI. They're not going to qual for SI anyways, but keep this roster until the end of Stage 2, I guess. Give it a fair shot, scrim as much as you can, and just, like, try to understand. Somebody's got to just, like, take charge on this team. Somebody's got to, like, be designated as the person who will diagnose their problems. And then after the year is over, after really giving this roster a fair shot, finding their strengths, finding their weaknesses, make the decisions to make those changes. And it's tough to know who that person should be, because I don't know that they really have any, like, leaders on this team. Especially leaders that, like, will stick around, you know? Like, the only player on this roster that I think is, like, guaranteed good enough to stay no matter what happens is, like, Newers. But I don't know if Newers is the type of guy to be doctor and diagnose the problems, you know? Maybe Diaz, but again, it's tough. Auction's in a really tough spot. I don't know what they do. I believe Hyper is trying to get back into it. Wait. Hold the fucking phone. We have Sternab on the mic?
This is really going to be Sonic saying they have to make a statement with this game. And they say,
Sternab on the mic?
We can compete.
Oh my god. What a throwback. Sternab and Crow.
Over in order to qualify for these.
Holy shit.
Yeah, DZ being really consistent after adding, Bolo and Nafe. Bolo's return. We'll see if he can make it back to Saudi Arabia, where he's been before. Now, the last time these two teams played together, played against each other, right?
Holy
Sonic
shit!
Did not go to the major and did not go to the NAL.
Am I rooting for Dark Zero?
Their
I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm rooting for good games. I'm rooting for some fun matches. I'm rooting for some clippable moments. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for some new strats, some exciting stuff. Since VP lost to BDS, are they still able to make it to the majors? They're not able to make it to the Esports World Cup, which is happening next month. But they can still make the Stage 2 major in November. Gotta pick one, get in there. We'll see how the games progress. You know, I'm looking for some comebacks. I'm looking for some big moments. I like everybody on both the Sonics and DZ. I think it'd be nice to see Sonics make a comeback. I like being right, so I'm going to predict that Sonics win this game. Purely based off vibes. Because, again, I haven't seen them play in over 3 months. And so I'll root for Sonics. I still fucking hate how they do map vetoes. They don't tell us the orders of the bans. WildCard might be able to get achieved. I don't know that WildCard need, like, another old guy. You think Skimsy should get a spot in NA? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Let me pull up my notes, by the way. They're not super up to date. If anybody's gonna go from MXPL to the NAL, it's probably Pyrox. But yesterday, or the day before yesterday, chat told me he didn't speak English. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that would be tough. Okay, we start on border, yeah? Let me look at my border notes. Oh, yes, this is the map they picked against BDS. That's right. So, if you'll recall, Dark Zero chose border in the semifinals of the Manchester Major against BDS. And this is widely considered to be one of the worst map vetoes of all time. This was a huge fumble of a map bans. Dark Zero literally got, like, I don't know if it's the 2 worst possible maps they could have gotten, but it's probably like 2 of the bottom 3. Border's a map that Dark Zero have been good on in the past. You'll remember at the start of the NAL playoffs, they beat Luminosity on Border, and I believe that was a Pambazoo masterclass. However, if Pamba's not dropping 20 kills, they have struggled on this map. It's also, I think, stylistically not a great fit for Dark Zero, a team who like to play relatively slowly, a team who like to be able to roam quite a bit on large maps. Border is the smallest map in the pool, and it is also a map that encourages very early gunfights, as the attackers can just jump on in and take
now that they've got Merc, they've got Adam,
take fights from outside the building.
It's really going to be on Sonics to set the tone in map 1, even if it's a loss. If they can,
it's also a very ugly map.
Keep DZ on their toes for the entire
Looking quickly at my Sonics notes for this map. Let me go find them.
Absolutely, and we are going to see the Monty ban coming in there first of all. It is going to limit some, I think, of the playstyle.
Oh, I gotta open my other sheet because Sonics were not in Manchester. Hold. Hold.
Dark Zero, they have that methodical playstyle. They do play a lot of the Monty, and he's pretty strong in this meta.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a well-known operator on Border too. I mean, the
Sonics, to my notes, have not played Border at all this year. Is that correct?
It's been done a million times.
Let me double check that because my notes are not super up to date.
Successful as long as you have another attacker.
Map Border.
The obvious obvious C4. Dokkaebi a very obvious ban. Azami and Valkyrie also really powerful.
Okay, sorry, they played it twice.
Tons of C4
No, they played it once.
It's very, very small.
No, it's been left up as the decider map twice. Sonics have not played Border since the start of the year. Since the 6th Invitational, Sonics have not played Border when they got a 7-3 win over the GOATs, Fury Esports Club. I'm blasting through your speakers in the Walmart parking lot. Shout out to everybody in the Walmart of Idaho. I assume there's only one.
All the operators that are so annoying to deal with. You've got Valkyrie and Azami band, sure, but that
Not even organized your notes yet? Hell no.
Solus, possibly we might see a Cade get brought Thatchers up, so probably
Carnage B, Abonai, Vivid, Beastly, and Aristotle the wild card.
Really annoying and really oppressive to deal with on the defense. It's like pick your poison. You only ban 2 out of the 5 or 6.
Let's run a prediction quick chat. Who do you think? Who takes Border?
So yeah, defense very strong.
DZ comeback. DZ. Brilliant minds. Re-picking the map that got slammed on in the Copenhagen semifinals. Sorry, Manchester semifinals. Or SQ for the first time. Sonics playing Border for the first time in their careers. Well, that's not true. For the first time this year, or Dark Zero playing Border after their disastrous showing in Copenhagen. Make your picks. How was my Canada Day? Canada Day was great. My fiance and I started dating on Canada Day 5 years ago, so we celebrate it as our anniversary.
Ever plays custom? What was the last time you saw a customs defense?
I couldn't tell you.
Do we have to go all the way back to old Border?
They used to play some custom. Yeah, interestingly though, coming out here, we're seeing no dedicated hard breach. What do you think about that?
That is interesting. Border.
Oh, also, let me change my overlay.
With how open the defense tends to play Border, it really depends. You don't necessarily absolutely need a hard breacher. You can get by without one, especially if they're bringing secondary hard breach.
All right.
Oh,
Armory Locker Archives, start up for Sonics. Anything crazy? Not really. A castle is somewhat unorthodox on this bomb site. You don't really see castle being run here.
Probably into lockers. You're not going towards fountain or office, so you don't necessarily need it.
No, you don't need it at all. And we are going to see still holding down this break.
But very basic positions, one in security, one in break room. How does Merc go down? Where the fuck was he?
Picking that up free. Viable to go through, flashbangs coming through, Atom getting forced out of that break room as the push comes through, Bolo picks him up.
Alright, Dark Zero are eating up. It's a good fucking start. They find their picks. This is how you're supposed to play Border. We watched a lot of really shit Border when we were watching the earlier quals from, I can't remember if it was Latin America or Brazil. I think it was LATAM. Or Meta. It might have been Meta, actually. But like Border is such a simple map. Just take your gunfights from outside the building or close to it. As the attackers, you don't have to do anything fancy. They get 2 picks near the site. They Capitao on in. They plant. Simple game plan from Dark Zero. That's Border to a T. I like it. Why is Bolo not dot Dark Zero? Is he leaving the team? I highly doubt that.
Peas in a pod, everything in line, and then they just execute. And about 5 people are dead.
You're getting baited by chat, David.
Flashes are going out, and it's just all
the chat is lying to you. No, Bolo is signed for the full year. So unless somebody has bought out his contract, which it would be insane to buy out your contract and then still play for the biggest tournament of the summer on this org. So he probably just likes not having the tag in his name. I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into it.
You may have the smallest of holes, and they wedge their way in. Perfectly played by DZ. That 5v5 execute attack.
DZ the best NA formula since Astralis. Well, an NA team literally just won the major.
Have a little bit more information and a little more plant denial to his aid. Maybe we'll see one, kind of perma placed in the site just in case DZ want to go fast again.
I am buying out Bolo's contract for the Big Brain Club team. That's correct. We're actually we're dropping random, and our roster going forward will be Sledges, Madman, Bolo, Axon, and that guy Jake.
And it's gonna be awesome. I love this push. This is one of my
will be
favorite
pushing
Glass,
for
and
element
Ying
4 in the winter.
He's my favorite operator. And he's, ever since Ying Glass met it, he doesn't see a ton of play. So I'm always happy when he gets out. So not only are we going to have the rush, but we're going to have 2 players.
I forgot Ben. Ben is also cut. Yeah.
And the Buck, who don't necessarily need to be with the team here, but Canadians
Little smoke rush for the fans. There's no C4. There's no yokais. There's nothing. They didn't even bring a C4. Now, sometimes teams do play this bomb site for a retake. This is a good retake site. It's harder with the glass up.
The Buck is trying to strike from the back, taken out by Grixer, but now with 30 seconds.
Given they have an echo, I feel like retake was not the plan, though. I feel like they did not think, oh, we're just going to retake if they rush. Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Sonics has zero answer for this blitz coming through. Grixer takes him down, but it's a 3v3 in a post planted.
Nice shot. Grixer could do this. Nah, good sniper play from NJR, though. A classic rush. Again, not reinventing the wheel on Dark Zero. Very basic, simple takes. Super direct, very little map control needed. They're going quite quickly. This is very non-traditional from Dark Zero. The speed at these rounds that they've gone for has been really, really cool to watch.
No idea that it was going down, or he was trying to get some help and just didn't want to run in and die. Either way, Sonics had nothing to deal with that plan. I think even if they knew where Canadian was, they still wouldn't have been able to stop it. Excellent execute from DZ again.
Yeah, Beast Coast got eliminated yesterday. They lost to Sonics. Unfortunately, it was off stream.
And they identify that one pressure point, and that was the fact that 1, no denial, 2.
This is Nafe Bolo tech? I don't think so. I mean, Nafe and Bolo have been on this team for like 6 months. More than that, like 9 months.
Really good use of the attacker repick.
I think this is just Dark Zero
what is the weakness in this strategy?
changing things up a little bit. Wanting to reinvent themselves a bit.
That could work for them.
Canadian is playing the Ying. Surely not. Surely this is a bait.
But hopefully now
Canadian is going Ying for Ventilation Workshop. Okay. Okay. They're going to put Pamba on the Deimos. I mean, Pamba's a good Deimos player. But Pamba's a really good Ying player, which is what surprises me about this. I think during SI, Pamba was the best Ying maybe in the world. Now, I will say, since SI through stage 1, Ying's win rate has actually tanked. Ying pushes in general have gone really poorly. Now, that's, of course, across multiple different players, multiple different teams, so it's tough to generalize that for, one specific team like Dark Zero, who historically have been very good with the Ying. But it's interesting to see.
Still proving that they've got some fight in them. Hopefully they can turn that into a round one. We've got a couple players from DZ pushing in through the custom side. Pambazoo hitting the age-old crouch walk, armed with one of the best weapons currently in the game, that 80 damage revolver with 0 recoil, but he's getting stopped by a castle barricade. He's going to need to wait for some utility.
Yeah, I think you saw the Flores drone started to come through deep. I think he wants the Flores drone to sort of clear that castle out for him. And it looks like it is going to start to get deployed as drones.
Holy shit, excuse me.
This sort of vertical haul coming out from Sonic's Mirror is going to get hard targeted here. Grixer in a pretty bad...
And already we're starting the plant. Canadian got shit on. Oh, Pamba got shit on too. They do finish the plant. With that C4 not hitting, he knows where the plant is.
All down to Nafe in a 1v4 to try and hold it.
If he had more than 4 HP, maybe, but this is... Nah, 0 chance.
Nafe 1 HP fighting against the bandit on the window. He loses it to Merc as Grixer had started that counter.
Alright, Sonics have read into what DZ are doing. DZ are really playing border, frankly. DZ are playing border similar to how Revan played it yesterday. 3 straight direct sight hits with no map control, quite fast. Now, Revan went down 0 and 6. Dark Zero are doing it a lot more successfully than Revan did, not yesterday, day before yesterday, Thursday. But it's the same idea, and, with Revan, it felt like they were really banging their heads against the wall. They never really stopped rushing until it was way too late. For Dark Zero, I'm interested to see, are they, after one loss, after Sonics have seemingly read into them, are they going to take their foot off the gas? Are they going to give up on the strategy and start taking things a little bit slower? Or do they say, fuck it, we're just like Revan, they are like us, we're rushing every round?
Yeah, beautifully played by Sonics. They finally got it together to find a fight that works for them. They're going to head back to Armory. We are going to see Habana coming out, and we're going to see IQ.
Can we get Sternab a new mic? Give the boy a break. He has not casted in like 8 years. I casted with Sternab back in the day. Most of you watching probably don't even know that I was a caster at one point in time. That's how long it's been since Sternab was casting. Nafe is on the Osa. It's over. What players are new to the Sonics? They haven't made any changes since the end of Stage 1. Right before the Stage 1 Last Chance qualifier, they brought Grixer off the bench, and they benched Geo instead. I think Geo might be fully released from his contract now. I'm not 100% sure on that. But that's the last time Sonics made a move. And then Merc and Adam are new as of the start of this year, but again, we're halfway through the year, so not really new moves.
Decision-making here as they are starting to get set up onto the archive side.
Alright, 8 years ago is an exaggeration, but quite a while ago. Probably 4 or 5, pre-COVID for sure.
Yeah, and the glass being able to cover that long angle, probably operating on either the AC window, or if they open up the office wall, he can play on the radio window. The Amaru, there's a lot of places she can go.
Was I a good caster? Not really. I wasn't bad. I was okay. I got better. Like, I wasn't great at the start. By the end of it, I wasn't bad.
Here's the Gara hook. Where's the 1, 2, 3? Smokes start to come out. You can tell Pamba really wants to.
Alright, I am a hater of the Osa Archives take. I think this take is Garbo. That said, Sonics didn't bring a single C4 other than the Mira, and the Mira is dead. And Pamba with the Amaru up the hatch, this is such a good strategy. Full blind on the Wamai, easy little pick. Nafe gets a grenade kill. It's all up to Adam, tasked with defense. Nice. Nicely played. Adam did try to go and stop that plant too, but with the Osa shield, that actually did protect him a little bit. I'm a hater of that push, but Dark Zero executed it really well. I think the Amaru up the hatch is like so critical to that.
They're not afraid to change it up, right? Like, they're not afraid to just change up their operators.
The guy he naded was downed. Yeah, I mean, that's most nade kills.
Big playbook, Canadian on the IGL saying, look guys.
How much do you get paid to cast SI majors, and is there a big difference? There is a difference for sure. It's not a huge difference, and it varies a lot from year to year. Siege caster rates are less than they used to be.
Pretty much every round so far is, have the smokes and the candelas and the utility and the glass all focused on that main.
But yeah, there typically is a difference. There's also a difference, like, it's kind of weird the way it's set up, but like every phase of a tournament is paid differently. Like when I went to the Manchester Major, I got paid more for working the finals days, like the final 3 days in front of the crowd, than I did the studio days where I was working without the crowd, Which is not typical in most esports, but it's a blast thing.
Well, you say that, but we'll see how it actually plays out. In terms of lineup, sure.
I used to make bank during the TF2 days. Brother, I lost money casting TF2.
Stuff going on right now. Yeah, we are going to see the Deimos being picked up again by Pamba, so because I was sort of thinking maybe he was a bit annoyed at himself.
I casted TF2 for what, 3 years, I think?
But now he's got to.
And my total combined payment was 1 hotel room and 1 t-shirt.
Last time, Ambi, sorry, it wasn't Ambi, it was Atom who was playing in this position on the first.
TF2 is a great game. Just not a ton of money in the esports scene. Nobody plays TF2 to get rich. So Ambi falling off pretty quickly. Doesn't want to hard commit to Armory. That's fine. That leaves just Adam and Merc alone on the top floor.
No, 2 defenders still upstairs.
1 in Armory, 1 Fountain.
Armory Archives area. No, I lied. There's 3. I didn't realize.
Merc probably drops here as well, as the Candelas come in. No, he's committed to holding his Mira window. And that is the right call. I'm shocked he didn't punch the Mira. He also just wasn't blind when fucking Pamba walked in there. This Canadian on Ying, Pamba on Deimos play is not working, bro.
Stuck in box. Like an animal back
The-
into a corner. Now good for
I see the idea behind it. Canadian flashes, and then Pamba can work off those flashes to be the entry he needs to be. But I think Troy just straight up missed his Candela, or the coordination wasn't there. So by the time Pamba pushed, I think the flash was worn off. That is tough. That is unfortunate. Oh, the Candels got shot? Oh. Wait, really? Let's go back and watch that. Because you're probably right, but I just want to see it myself.
But I also from DZ has fallen flat on its face. Merc just swings him, gets the Canadian. Now putting out those smokes, swinging against the Mira.
No, we definitely hear them go off. I think that, I mean, maybe he shot one of them. But some of them just did not hit their target.
Can't believe he wasn't blinded. Two, kind of can't believe Pamba didn't punch the Mira first. Like, just in case he wasn't blinded.
I don't think we could put down Pamba. I think it was just some freak accident in nature where the flashes didn't go off. There was a bit of miscommunication there.
I'm going to put them up a little bit, volume-wise. Let me know if that's good.
And he just played it as if
I think it was a little quiet.
I think that's just how it's gone down. Merc earning his paycheck there, as we are going to see.
This has been the fastest 5 rounds.
Wasn't he
This has not been great.
It has been very fast. I mean, border is always fast, but this has been fast even for a border. Like, these have been really fast rounds.
That was great.
Who takes the 3rd EU spot? It's ITB versus Secret, right? Fuck. Probably ITB.
A lot of Mira.
There is a lot of Mira players.
I'm actually really glad we're seeing so much Mira. It kind of takes me back to like year 2, year 3 when Mira was being played almost every round. Now she's not banned. She's good again.
Is this live? Yeah.
Use her.
Very different.
This is live. I rewound for like 3 seconds, but we're back to live now.
And Twitch.
Yep. Yeah, you'd be surprised if we haven't seen a Twitch earlier than this, considering the amount of Mira that's been played.
Okay, round 6. An explosive start from Dark Zero, but since they started running these like Ying plays, I'm telling you, I think the year of Ying is just over. It wasn't even a full year. It was like 1 stage.
Or just avoiding it altogether. But yeah, the one time they actually had to contend with the Mira, they did have hard breach.
I don't know though. Overall, I'm just a lot colder on Ying plays than I used to be. I feel like Ying is just, it's not working out for the vast majority of teams.
That does also help, but
that too, I always forget Ash can do that, and then I'll see it and I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that now.
Fair enough. But, well, first kill of the round, he's going to go towards Rex, and he goes through the run out.
Good trade. Rex is playing that very aggressively. Space Station kind of pioneered a strategy where you hold top east with like a Azami. And I think they're trying to basically do that, but given the Azami ban, they're playing Castle instead.
Ash's main role here is, one, obviously take space, get entries, he's Pamba. But also, in terms of that utility denying the mirror windows, you've got redundancy 3 times. You've got Ace, you got Hib, you got Twitch. It looks like NGR, though, has used both of his Twitch thrones.
Some teams freak out when the Ying gets thrown, some don't move.
At least by that, but we've still got the hard breach. Speaking of the hard breach, we've got Ace trying to open up.
It's interesting.
One of those office walls,
Statistically, its win rate is at a massive fall off.
A rock and a hard place, but most importantly, he's still alive.
But obviously, I think if you can put together a good Ying execute, like it's very situationally dependent.
Because of the crossfires being held by the defense, and as Bolo attempts to cross the hallway, Merc takes him out. DZ have been
DZ went from lightning fast to having a couple Ying plays not really go their way to now going at a snail's pace. This is like DZ. Here's what happened this game, right? DZ came in with the game plan. They said, we're not your grandpa's Dark Zero. We're not going slow and steady every single round. We're going to go in. Canadian's going to plant the fucking diffuser. We're going to get our picks. And that started to work. But I feel once Sonic started to kind of get a handle on the game and started to counter that, DZ have just regressed back to their natural state, which I think Sonics handle very well traditionally and are again handling it well.
The smokes are
This
gonna
is a
allow
tough-
the attack to pick
Oh.
it back up, trying to isolate the ones.
I mean, it's a
behind
good
the corner,
B, but
killed
it's
by
still gonna
Nate.
be a
Now they can worry about the
3v2.
players holding the long angles, but somehow Canadian's been allowed in. NJR makes
Alright,
this a
NJR's the
1v3
GOAT, it
for
doesn't
Adam.
matter.
In comes the Legion and the Twitch.
I don't know if I
shoots
love
down
that push.
easy.
10 seconds to go. The
Despite
time was
losing
making
over
me
2
nervous,
minutes,
but NJR
trying
might
to
just be
clear
him,
one
so it doesn't
player
matter.
at a break, bull rush their way
You think this
into
map
the
works when
archive
you're slow?
Thanks to the smokes and win the round.
No, 100%. I mean, I think that the map like almost naturally speeds up because like there's not very many steps to take before you get into gunfights compared to a lot of other maps. So like it gives you more room to take your own time and not rush into things. Because you don't have to spend a bunch of time like opening floors or opening walls or rappelling up the side of the map and stuff. I think that's why Auction was so good on it. They push it out of spots and hold the cuts. Yeah.
I thought he was done for. I can't believe that worked. Huge. Somehow, they had like the perfect utility to deal with that situation.
We'll see. I mean, they get their 4-2 attacking half. Pretty good. Obviously, relatively attacker-sided map, so Sonic's still in it. This is also Dark Zero's map pick, so Sonic's very much still in the series.
I feel like it really just depends on the teams who are playing. And lucky for Sonics, despite not having a great finish in NAL, their attacking win rate.
Do I think comp goes to 3-3? You liked it from a spectator POV? I think from a spectator POV it was kind of bad, to be honest. My problem with 3-3 is it's kind of hard to follow. I think it's confusing for new viewers without a huge benefit. Like, especially esports fans that come in from CS or Valorant aren't going to really get it. And it's like the nuance of trying to remember what, not even nuance, but like the difficulty of remembering what bomb site is locked in round 9 based on what was played in round like 3 is kind of frustrating. So I don't know. I think if 3-3 does come in, it won't come in halfway through the season. If anything, you'll see 3-3-3-3 get introduced like after SI.
Using a lot of angles opened up in these walls, looking to get aggressive on this breach, play some entry denial maybe from Sonic's, prevent them.
I've heard a lot of players like it.
On the balcony. Grixer getting a
My experience has been players that have come into my chat have said they've really enjoyed playing it in Element in Tier 2. But most of the viewers in my chat tend to dislike it.
We're gonna see the line charge. Hopefully they try and get a bit of info coming off. Push.
No, Bolo!
Oh, no.
Oh, you gotta win that, Bolo. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Rexon is 6 HP, so a tickle will take him down, and there are 2 C4s to do that tickling, so...
I mean, you literally just talked about how the jammers are going to be so important. I was like, how are the Grimbees not getting him? He was on the jammer, so they weren't...
Rexon's probably the MVP of this round. Not only does he beat Bolo on that pick, but then his air jab gets Pambazoo killed. Nobody expects the double run out. Adam down, okay.
Adam, no finisher. Does Canadian go for it again? Yes, he does. No one there to help the low HP Lion, and Rexon is 6 HP.
DZ win this map.
He will die to a goo mine. Well, that's 5 HP.
Obviously, like 4-2 half, it feels good, but even this round...
You know, essentially the same thing. Peek through the
wall.
wall.
NJR down.
NJR,
a rare misplay from NJR vaulting into the window when the wall is still soft.
Time remaining still. 45 seconds.
Again, though, like you sneeze on Rexon and he's down.
Canadian has to try and fall back to sight desperately. The Deimos literally has wall hacks on him right now, but he can.
There's a drone in security.
Where that player is lurking. Maybe try to call out a push. Merc pushes in solo from the archives.
Nafe the hero.
Take Nafe off guard, but is unsuccessful. Now 20.
Sonic are just trying to bait DZ, but when DZ go for their swings, they're losing anyways.
Has been wasted. They've given up that man advantage. Rexon.
I think they're wanting Canadian to flank because they have that drone inside of security, but Canadian's not doing it. So now they've got to put together some kind of a push. They don't like fighting Nafe here. They deal good damage. They leave Canadian in a 1v. Oh no, it's a 1v1. Rexon got downed. Wait, was he downed by a goo mine? Wait. Did he get downed by a goo? Because he was 6 HP. Wait, I'm backing this up. I think he got downed by a goo mine.
Tracker coming out, spotting the Legion. Canadian has to try and fall back to site
Because he's
desperately.
6 health? I
Deos
don't think anybody
literally
shot
has
at
wall
him.
hacks on him right now, but he can
Maybe
also
I'm wrong.
kind of see where that player is lurking. Maybe try to call out a push. Merc pushes in solo from the Archives door, trying to take Nafe off guard, but is unsuccessful. Now 25 seconds left. Time has been wasted by Sonics. Manpower has
Yes,
been
he
wasted.
did.
Given
He hits
up
the
that
goo.
man
No, then he
advantage.
pulls it out.
Wilson eats that goo mine now.
He takes a
Even
goo to go down to
lower.
3 HP.
3 HP, and Ambi is floundering, trying to find an entry into the building. Finally, they make their way in. Nafe, now in a troubling spot, has to
I
work
don't
his
know.
way against 2 different attackers. Is not dead yet. Finally taken out by Ambi. 2 seconds, but no diffuser. The Nomad's been down. Ambi has to force the plant, and DZ behind that locker on the island.
Yeah, I think he got shot.
Completely stumped Sonics. They didn't know how to deal with it. We saw Ambi was just jiggling and jiggling and jiggling.
Still cool.
on that doorway,
Still
trying to
cool.
find his way in. And although he did eventually kill the Warden, I mean, that was after Nafe wasted.
It could have been a goo, though, because he was on 6 HP, hit a goo, went down to 3 HP. So a second goo would have done it. But no, he got shot.
Bolo, after whiffing on the Lamai, he's back
Told
on
him
hold.
Bolo wasn't that guy anymore.
Just look at these attacker replays.
Yeah, Bolo is a good player, but Bolo's a good player. I got nothing bad to say about Bolo, but he's not like the best player in the world or anything. He's not even the best player on his team.
He's running the spear
It's very
too. Ooh. Break the LMG back.
Frankly, Bolo is probably bottom 2 on his team.
That's what I'm saying. They got Blitz though.
Yeah.
We all know,
Depends who's on. Bolo has his games. Bolo has his games where he's the best player on the
trying
team.
to
But like,
boost Blitz. I mean, dealing with Blitz already sucks after the shield rework.
it's a very good team though. It's a very good team.
And now you
No
don't
shame
have-
in being bottom of Dark Zero.
He's gone.
All right.
To the afterlife.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty tough. However, I mean, to be honest, Sentry, is he really that essential to this defense? I feel like, despite the fact that that's...
What Chinese food should you get? I'm a big fan of chow mein.
Of course, Warden is probably going to be the most important bit with the Ying on play.
And in go the Candelas. NJR is tucked in the corner. Down goes
Much better stop with the
Both
blitz.
of them succumb to the
Classic
FPS
from
Bolo.
NJR. Sitting in the
Off-screen,
corner,
takes
angle
out
open,
Adam, makes
goggles
matters worse.
activated.
Blitzer able to get one back
Great
on the
Warden
dock.
play from NJR.
Taking damage as he
Again,
falls
he's just
back
the most
out. In through
consistent
the
fucking
hatch
anchor
comes
player, bro.
Nathan
He's so good.
and dies. Okay.
Now he is
What
low
was,
HP.
Almost assuredly a DZ win.
Canadian
Now
won the
2
last
versus 2,
1v2
make
though.
that a 1v2.
Canadian
NJR
just
looking
won a
the wrong
1v2.
way.
He's gonna win
Canadian
another one
takes
if he
down
can
Grixer, looks
pull
to
off this
retake
clutch.
back up top.
Diffuse get
There's
down.
some
He's
info
on a
Lucas, but they got
bulletproof,
the
so Canadian
bulletproof in
knows he
sight,
went into
but
this
there's
room.
no verticality here.
He's not gonna be able to get the
Inside
vert
Towers.
angle.
He's forced to drop the hatch. Canadian can hear the plant going down. He's got to know it's in the corner.
Super
Merc
shorty.
can step up, but the
Not the
shotgun
super
comes out.
shorty,
One
bro.
pump will put
What
him
are we
down,
doing?
but Merc gets the better of him. The Ash almost single-handedly saves the round.
Drones have been
Merc
good from
earning his
Sonics.
paycheck once again.
Intel's been like very, very reliable for Sonics in the late round. They always have really good drones set up.
Yeah.
You've noticed that on like 2 of their attacks so far. The late round drones from Sonics are very
Honestly,
good.
I thought as soon as, the Ying Candle is coming through, which, by the way, as soon as I pointed out, just immediately...
I've never thought much of Bolo.
And I feel like either Sonics just didn't know that the Warden was playing in bathroom now.
I wouldn't say that.
Underestimated him.
I think when they won SI, Bolo was one of the GOATs.
Complete flop as soon as that all fell.
Even before they won SI, he was one of the GOATs.
Massively recovered that round for them. He's the MVP there.
Super. Got this guy a bonus.
Yeah.
Troy trying to lick the
That's
wall
a
in the
very good
1v1
point
is a
out
choice.
that
Yeah, I think Canadian
maybe this is
kind of
the
panicked
reason why
there.
the
I don't
Dock
know.
fell.
It happens.
Oryx was, doing a lot of reconstruction, and then the Dock was stealing.
Bolo's on the dock skin. Is he actually rocking it? He should be, right?
Also, watch.
I mean, it's basically his fucking skin.
Drop
Yeah, I think he is.
It's pretty funny.
Chat, buy your DZ.
Thanks,
So,
man. That's
I
good.
figured it out. Border is like the only map that Dock is like kind of good. And Dark Zero have a new Dock skin. They're actually just picking it for the check.
DZ
Dark Zero know they win the lower bracket game regardless. They win the 3rd place game regardless. So Dark Zero just pick Border
Surely they're
so
not.
that they can play their new Dock skin.
Sonics have no blitz.
If they win, great. If
None of
not,
that
whatever.
silly stuff. Again,
That's actually
probably
genius.
gonna see a pretty
Brilliant marketing from Dark Zero. Wow.
They brought the Brava this time, interestingly enough, maybe to get rid of some of that site.
Brilliant.
Utility, like the BPs, like the info. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really know what you'd use around. I guess the defaults on Border are pretty good for flank watching. Like you have the 90 cam, East stairs, main lobby, stuff like that.
You can play Dock on Club.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Bravo
can,
is
but
great,
you
but,
shouldn't.
we do have the two
You can
bullets
play Dock
that are
on Chalet.
main focus here, but yeah, no, for sure you are right. And the Dock is holding. Bolo is trying to hold down Brazil where he can, but Those flashbangs are pretty deadly in that position. We are going to see some rotates come through. Bolo still trying to hold down this break room area, and this has really been the essential play for both teams. If you can survive in this position, you could do very well for yourself, but we're already seeing a hop-in.
As Panva off screen gets the opening pick, the Oryx looking to capitalize.
Wow,
on
two
the
quick ones come
crossfires.
back inside of
Now both
security.
Canadian and Bolo are dead, thanks to
Massive
the
trade
Sonic
from
team.
Nafe. Nafe's such a smart player, man.
Ended up in a 3 versus
Not
3.
flashy at
I
all, but
can't
like
believe Sonic
always
decided
holding
to
really good
hop into
positions
the
and
window,
only
taking
like
the fight,
taking risks
and
when he
winning
needs to.
Yeah, really aggressively played there by Sonics, and they have managed to now turn this into a 5, well, into a 3v3.
Why does Brazil get 4 teams to qualify when Europe and NA only get 3? Because the decision was likely made back during SI, and during SI, Brazil was unquestionably the best region in the world.
What opportunities can we take as the smoke starts to come through?
They had 20 slots, that was probably predetermined, and then it's just a matter of divvying them up.
Ready for it. A second kill for the Brava now. 2 versus 3. Dark Zero once again find themselves on the back foot. Both players now on the first floor. Sonics have full vertical superiority here.
This is classic Dark Zero.
They are attempting to tuck
Canadian, Bolo, and Pamba all go down on the roam, and you're left with NJR and Nafe to hold down the anchor, and they're probably going to do it.
I think NJR is pretty much fine here by himself.
You got 2 good-ass anchors. I know I'm calling Oryx an anchor here, but bear with me.
In the long run here, but yeah, as you're right, Nave should be able to stay up here.
Player-wise, operator-wise, the anchors are nothing special, but it's border.
It looks like they could just go for a drop here and see what they can do here. Brava drone starting to come through, seeing if where these warnings.
Sonics have hacked the bulletproof inside of bathroom, and they have the bulletproof in waiting. They've brought the Brava because they saw both of the bulletproof cameras on the last attack, and they've managed to hack both of them with Grixer on Brava. That's a really good call. And without that camera access, they just don't know where Plant's going down. They lose because of it. That's a Brava round. Brava single-handedly, not single-handedly, but largely won him that round. That was really smart. Because when they were rushing last time, when they were in the clutch, who was it? When it was Merc in the clutch, he saw both cameras. He saw one when he entered in through bathroom, and he saw the second one in waiting. After he won the round and jumped out. So when they run the bomb site back, Sonics bring the Brava, they hack both cams, and it gives them the heavy advantage in the 3v2. Really nice. Most underrated player in the world? Most underrated player in the world.
Recoveries are coming through. Even when DZ started that advantage, Sonics, it seems like snap of the fingers, they've got an answer like that hop in through the window, which was, again, just absurd. I wonder if they had the confidence to do that because DZ weren't playing the mute that time. They had to have had info on that guy. They had to be actively watching him, right?
I think so too. I think that's
maybe Nade.
How that pretty much played out. But
I think Nade is a brilliant support. Although, like, he's on Furia. Nobody on Furia is really underrated.
From Grixer. As again, as well, Sonics using the attack of repick just entirely. Like, their entire lineup just changed.
Yeah.
Depends who you ask, man.
I love repick.
Does underrated mean the players that, like, aren't flashy and don't get media attention? Or does underrated mean, like, the players on R6 Pro League don't talk about them enough?
It's locked in. I feel like every time we talk about an attacking lineup, they just
Maybe faults. Not enough people talk about faults on SSG. Yardy? No. KZ? No. KZ's a great player, but he is not underrated. I guess, like, this is the thing. If you're talking about, like, the opinion of, like, people on TikTok, yeah, KZ's the most underrated player in the world. But, like, if you're talking about people who, like, actually know what Rainbow Six Esports are, then, you know, every player who watches even the littlest bit of comp knows who KZ is and knows that he's one of the best in the world.
And yeah, I think Bolo's sitting on one, isn't he?
Faults used to be good. Faults is still very good.
He'll get out of there. Reinforcement coming out from Bolo. He's just gonna lock it down.
Soltov the most underrated? Ooh, actually a good candidate there. Soltov is very underrated. Because he plays on such a star-studded roster, and his stats, especially during EUL, weren't amazing. And I don't think his play, frankly, overall was amazing during EUL, but he stepped it up at the major. Not to the point where he was, like, carrying them or anything, but he played really solid at the major.
I mean, they had so much utility there, too. They had
Hovenhurst?
They had that mirror window.
Maybe.
Players, obviously.
I don't know that Hoven is that
At the very
great.
least, Fountain is a little bit safer now that they don't have that.
He's
rotating
certainly not
defense.
talked
They're gonna
about.
Have to use, any of their non-existent hard breach to open that wall.
Maybe I'm just underrating him,
Here comes
though.
The attack just walking right through. Canadian takes the head off of Ambi for our
If
opening
DZ
hit.
lose this, I'm worried about them slipping.
Sonics don't have a
But they got good
response.
crossfires here.
Here's Bolo taking the head off of Merc. A 5 versus 3, 1 minute left. DZ's passivity paying off in spades right now as Sonic still flounder trying to take this top floor. They know this guy's prone here, but they're so worried about the crossfire and now potential.
People often ask why Canadian is on the roam.
Yeah, Atom doesn't.
Because Canadian mechanically is not the best player on this team.
All
Like,
right.
by far, it should be Bolo Pamba if you want, like, the two best fraggers out on the roam.
Able to find Atom, is he
But
back?
notice here that it's Canadian Bolo on the roam.
What?
Alright. And barring a team kill, it should have been a 2-2. Regardless, they do get man advantage there on the roam, and they wasted a ton of time. I think it's because when he's on the roam himself, Canadian can do a lot of the calling. He can really dictate how the early round goes for Dark Zero.
Little time remaining.
And I think Canadians...
Take the site. They'll be boxed in. Dangerous play here.
Alright, chat, remember when I called Nafe a smart player? I'd like to retract that statement. That was some insane positioning. But it's good enough, it's good enough, it's good enough. Canadian's just so effective on the roam, because he can, like, tell Bolo what to do in that situation, and just, like, work so well with Bolo. In a way that I don't know Pambazoo could. That's just one example, like, maybe Pambazoo could do that round. But, like, consistently across so many different maps and so many different scenarios, I don't know, man.
Sometimes I think people forget. It's a
What's up, Broshi?
If you can't win your fights, you just lose the round. And I think that's honestly what it came down to, is those long angles coming through from archives managed to shoot down those attackers coming in. Then they set up the sort of
I feel like
trade
Reaps is
archives
underrated
as well.
even if everyone
They
glazes him.
have to clear that area out
I think if anything, Reaps is overrated. Like, he's a great player. But, like, people talk about Reaps non-stop on Bleed.
I'm not saying this to hate on
And he is Bleed's best player,
I've been catching him for a while when he was T3.
but, like, that team's got, like, 5 good
I've
players.
ever seen a more
Eh.
avid play than that.
Team's got more than one good
Especially
player.
back in
5
the
is...
trough,
I don't know if I'm
a
confident to say that.
miraculous wall
Depends
bang
on how
shot,
far you want to stretch the word good.
like an aimbot wall hack and then immediately team killing his teammate. I don't think I've ever seen a more. That is the pinnacle of Adam play. I love that. guy.
Bolo, Boss G? Boss G is meta. Chat, if you're running Vigil and you're not on Boss G, especially on Border,
Another two
you're doing it
rounds.
wrong.
Now they've done it. They've proved that they can do it on their attack again on rounds 8 and 9. They're gonna have to do it again though on Armory Lockers. which these
The
guys
Boss
have
G is good because it has ridiculous
First time we've
range.
seen a gridlock and the first time we've seen a nerf.
Just insane range. There's like effectively 0 damage fall off. So it's like probably the best spawn peak gun in the game.
So that's nice to see.
He does that.
Do you play this game?
I literally play this game
Yeah.
almost every day.
Yeah.
Who qualified from Europe? Yeah, BDS and Wolves, and then ITB Secret play tomorrow.
Remember Vigil would like block Lion, and then he didn't block
I think
Lion,
Mentalist is
and
underrated
then he
too.
block Lion again.
Although I think people have warmed up to Mentalist.
He's so like
I think if you go back like a year ago, Mentalist was underrated, but I think people are starting to realize now.
he doesn't anymore. But Canadian.
All right,
his opening pick,
to push this to map 2 to win their own map pick, Dark Zero
row, and that's on a Merc.
sitting
He
in the
was
smoke with the
solid
Warden,
for
taking a
Sonic
lot of
so
damage.
far. Now he's no longer on the board. Ambi
Bolo
is
with the
dead
Boss
to
G!
Bolo. He's
Okay,
running the
Nafe?
Boss G on Vigil.
I actually completely retract my statement that Nafe is like a smart player who always makes good decisions.
But in the meantime,
Twice in a row, he's just looked lost on the defense.
Yep,
how did he
it
get
has.
The
there?
team carries anyways. Bolo and Canadian pop the fuck off.
There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening
Huge
in that
final
match,
round
but
there.
thankfully, it's gonna be
7-4, Dark Zero take their own map pick.
Very happy about
I
that.
liked their
That
border.
was a pretty
I liked
expected,
it a lot.
but Sonic's really made them work for it. NJR.
NJR's got the moves, bro.
Diffuser there.
How?
They started off really fast. They slowed the game down.
I think he saw Snook through because he was on the armory wall earlier in the round.
Boss G lets you hold crouch angles no matter what and still kill the guy because it one-shot body shots. True.
That is crazy.
That's a good
Especially
point.
when Actively, the defense was playing around like box. That
Dark
guy
Zero
was
started off
really
really fast. They did 3 or 4 rushes in a row. I think it was 3 rushes in a row. They slowed it down. They started to look a little bit shaky, but they clutched up on their final attack to get the 4th 2-half.
in the books. DZ win their own map pick.
And then on defense,
We'll see if Sonic
Canadian commanded out on the roam. They played classic Dark Zero. Good little roam game coming through from Canadian, Pambazoo.
They have.
And then NGR clutched up on the anchor when he had to.
We'll be back in just a moment with Dark Zero versus Sonics map 2.
Why does the left guy look like Ashen? I shouldn't have even read that. Whew. Good shit. Honestly, really fun border. But series is not over yet. We go to Dark Zero's map pick next. Or sorry, Sonics' map pick next. In the meantime, play a little music. We'll play a few geography games. And then we'll jump back into it. And we can keep talking about Siege. NJR was spinning like crazy. Puck Doku, I'm just not good enough at hockey. I've actually been getting more and more into hockey. I guess it helps when my team goes to the Stanley Cup Finals. We might do the Puck Doku later. But chat, this is the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Central Africa. Told you NJR is on controller. Is he actually? There's no way. These countries are, say it with me, Angola, Congo, South Sudan, not Rwanda. We're gonna come back to it. Central African Republic, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia. What's this country? I'm actually blanking. What is this country? It's the one that's not Rwanda. It's the one right underneath Rwanda. Fuck, I don't remember. I'm looking at chat. Chat doesn't know either. It's definitely not Wakanda. That's not real. We're waiting for map 2 to start, chat. They're just running their ads right now. Burundi. Is it? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Lunar. We're just waiting on Dark Zero versus Sonics map 2. We got about 5 minutes. If you guys want to get a snack, go to the bathroom. Dark Zero won their own map pick, 7-4 on border. We're going to the second map. The capital is... What's the capital? I'm so bad at capitals. Idaho's capital city? Is it Idaho Falls? Kinshasa? Let's find out together. Hey, I appreciate it. The flag of DRC is this one. Beautiful blue. They speak maybe Portuguese? They were colonized by Portugal. No. They were colonized by Belgium, right? So maybe Dutch? French? English? All right. All right. They've got a crazy large population. They've got like 80 mil or something. Is it over 100? No, it might be over 100 mil. I was right. Why did I second guess? I have no idea. Randomly guessing these. Cool. It's big as fuck, too. It's not 2 million, though. It's 2 million? Christ. Three minutes and 40 seconds. Always Big C. Maybe. Chat, does anybody have a starting country for the global? Idaho Falls is crazy. What's the capital of Idaho then? Is NAL tonight as well? We're currently watching the NA qualifiers. The NAL is not back till September. Boise. Oh, that makes more sense. Chat wants us to start with Chad. I'm down to start with Chad. Decently close to Chad. Let's go south. Nah, it's probably not south. Maybe it is. Give me South Africa. Nope, wrong way. Not that bad, though. What about Oman? Nope. What about France? What the fuck? Where are we going? Chad is the closest. France is the second. Are we ever Brazil? No. Is it like Mauritania? Is it Comoros? That's the wrong one. What's this one? Cape Verde is what I meant to say. What the fuck? Burkina Faso? I didn't think it was that close. I misjudged the color. Mali? Ghana? Ivory Coast? This is so bad. Togo? Jesus Christ. That's my worst global in a long time. Oh. Alright, we got an easy travel to make up for it. Bangladesh, we gotta go India. Into, I think we have to go Pakistan, right? Yeah. Did we ever cut through China? No. Pakistan into Iran. Into Iraq. There's no way that wasn't perfect, right? Yeah. You cook with Chad, though? I think you misled me with Chad. If you'd given me something farther away, I could have binked it. But I assumed it was far from Chad because it wasn't that dark of a red. But it was kind of close to Chad. You think I'm colorblind. All right, my fault. No, you're right. My fault. Let's run the R6 still. R6 still. We start with Habana. Jesus. All right, male defender, newer than 2016. Give me... Not from Asia. I'm feeling a Warden. Not Breach, not Frontline. Not Viper Strike. Male defender, 2019. Not from North America, not from Asia. Either Intel or Anti-Gadget. Was Kaid 2019? I think Kaid works. Anti-Gadget. Kaid gives me 2019 vibes, although he might be 2018. Fuck, he's 2018. Okay, definitely Anti-Gadget. African Defender, Anti-Gadget 2018. It has to be Wamai. Yeah. Not the worst R6 still. It was kind of a tough one. I got it before chat did. I'll take that win. Oh, no. Aimkey beat me. Fuck. Know your years. Come on. I said it, too. I said he might be 2018. Perfect timing.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. I think Sonics are looking a lot stronger than they were during the NAL, and if that
Get ready for map 2, Dark Zero versus Sonics. We go to Clubhouse. I think we see a third map here. I think Sonics bounce back on Club.
I mean, I think we will see a mirror ban here, to be honest.
Really?
Casters are predicting a Mira ban. Something tells me we may see an Azami ban from Dark Zero. Just a thought.
She's a good ban. We actually have the
Is it the same that is in NAL? What do you mean by that?
Off the board.
Congratulations, by the way, who predicted Dark Zero would win the last game. Mystery Carp, the big winner today.
But I think this is going to be the mirror ban. That's what I'm counting on, personally.
Wait, did Sonics just ban Azami? Against Dark Zero? What? What? Did Sonics just ban Azami against the team that has banned Azami in 80 of their last 82 games? I'm making that stat up, but it's pretty close to that.
I mean, just on CC, I think really.
Are Sonics not banning Azami every single game anymore? They did last map. What the fuck?
Right there.
I pointed at my screen. I pointed at her. You guys can't see that, but
Now, admittedly, Dark Zero did skip banning this operator at the end of Manchester. No, they didn't. No, they didn't ban the Dokkaebi. Wait. Okay, I actually...
We saw a lot of Grimple. He has been very, very good for sort of pushing out...
I can't get you the exact stat.
Pesty areas like on border, we saw that armory push started to come through.
Yeah, they banned Glads, but they still banned Azami.
Do that sort of main stats push, and for the
I believe I've seen this statistic before. I'm trying to pull it from my memory. I believe the last time Dark Zero did not ban Azami was Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. I think it's been over 9 months since Dark Zero last didn't ban Azami.
Their presence all across the map. Time will tell how much they want to stay there if they start getting pulled.
That's ridiculous.
We'll see if they just
That's an absurd ban from Sonics. That actually makes zero sense. I'm lost. Unless it's possible Dark Zero have been banning Fenrir on Clubhouse in scrims and or in the qualifiers, because the qualifiers weren't fucking streamed, so I don't know. And then scrims obviously are never streamed. That's that has to be the case.
He falls back. So yeah.
Manchester, they didn't ban it? Really? When?
Despite how aggressive it looks, Canadian also got the hatch drop.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm double checking though. They banned it all through phase 3.
Yeah, and we are seeing that retreat starting to come through.
They banned it against Bliss. They banned it against Scars. No, you're definitely wrong. I'm cooking you. Holy shit. And they didn't play plans. No, they banned it every single game in Manchester.
On this hold, but to be honest, this is a really quick clear from Sonics given everything.
They didn't.
Yeah, only a minute 20 right now.
They didn't ban Fenrir a single time in Manchester. I promise you.
Time there either. They didn't know. Oh, wow!
I was cooking chat. I didn't see that shot, but the casters thought it was nutty.
It was open. And Canadian, so it's a twofer. Not only does it work for his fallback out of kitchen, but he also takes
Dark Zero 1 map 1.
Guard. Now, you do have redundancy, right? You've got the Maverick and you've got the Ash.
Putting it on the HUD now.
I just flubbed twice.
No, I'm 90% confident Dark Zero have not banned an operator other than Azami on the defense since Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a tilter. And there's a minute left. And they lost the drones that were in Ambi's pocket. If he had any left.
All good, chat. All good. All good.
Left in a 5v3.
Yeah, it's not looking great, as Bolo just mentioned.
Because I ran this as a stats graphic during the NAL, and then they continued to ban it permanently through the NAL and through Manchester. So I'm pretty confident on that stat.
Nafe trying to hold on where he can, but the push starts to come through this church wall as well. Pre-fire is coming down. He will manage to pick up Pamba, and Nafe goes down as well. They've equalized it into a 2v2. and they're in blue. They're trying to go for the trades.
Yeah, Sonics win this round.
Shield in any case is going to shot all of that. Canadian sneaking down the long haul. There's no
Canadian doesn't get this kill.
Easily get in, but Canadian's going to give
If he
the
swings
game
with the
away.
shotty, I mean, it's a good fight for him with the shotgun.
To try and hold down that nice
Canadian needs to
angle
bait
there.
this until
And
Grixer starts
only
planting.
15 seconds left to work with here. Canadian just playing very safe.
And then take the fight with the shoddy. Oh, he moved, though.
Plan starts to come through.
Oh, he
Nice.
beefed his
Instantly
C4.
gets shot. Oh, it's going to be a frag from NJR into Rexon. And it's going to be good night.
Alright, never mind. NJR's the GOAT.
Desperately tries to
My
find the kill
mistake.
out of
My
it,
mistake.
but Dogs
Oh, new prediction. Yes. Sorry, I got caught up talking about op bans.
Kill there.
Uh,
The ace playing passive, trying to cover that long.
let's keep
angle,
it simple.
so is the
Do we get a
Toilet.
map 3?
NJR
Who wins the
was,
map?
The only
DZ in
turned like a bit of a
regulation,
stalwart,
DZ in
sitting behind
overtime,
that shield, daring the ace to
Sonics
walk
in
forward.
overtime,
Finally,
or
Rexon
Sonics
hit,
in
and
regulation.
ended up costing them the round. Canadian there, I think he just got hurt.
I give you 2 minutes.
I don't know because he
Make your
has a
prediction.
3
I
armor.
think so.
He's pretty loud, and obviously did not want to directly
Thank you,
challenge
Axon.
the mirror window that Grixer was behind. But the fact that Sonics again were somehow able to claw that round back to a winnable position, well, is incredible. They did it all game on border.
The overlay
Already
is
seeing
useless,
that
so I put
shades
who
of
won
that
map
here
1
Clubhouse,
on
which is
my
a great
personal
sign
overlay,
heading in
which is
to the
right
later,
down there,
stages of this
which, as
map.
you can
But
see,
yeah, DZ just
says
a
that
great
DZ
start,
are up
with that 5-3
1-0.
that they had established. Canadian with that really,
Hence,
really cheeky
they
kill to
won
start
map
things
1.
off. But remember, Sonics did start on this side when they beat DZ last
It
time.
is
They
fucking
got
insane to me. It's
and there's
2024,
more than enough time
and there
to
are
do that.
esports organizers who
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think
Who
Sonics have just proven with
don't
that round
know
that
to put the winner
they're
of map
not
1 on the
messing
HUD.
around. They can absolutely
Like, that's
roll back
mind-boggling.
rounds. And Dark Zero, you know, it's like
The better overlay.
funny,
I don't
right?
see
Like
Esports
that.
World Cup
Stupid
running a
strategy
mini
you
siege at the
bring
top
up,
of their
but
game.
It's never going to work again. I think Dark Zero, they played their hand. That's not going to work again. Sonics are going to be
The day an official broadcast runs mini siege, we've reached peak
And
brain
that's why
rot
it's
as a
so important
society.
to win those rounds too, because if you do that and you lose, then it's like it's all for nothing, and you can't do it.
Did
again.
Bolo run
So,
sentry on border
at
too?
least he's
Somebody
even
on Dark
able
Zero
to
did. I
lock
don't
it
remember
down.
who it was. I
was
think
also
it
laughing 'cause I
was
think when
Bolo.
Bolo
Nah, I don't
died
know.
in the hallway, he had his deagle out.
I think round 7, Dark
he
Zero
was
ran a
not-
sentry on
Not
border.
win that fight. Panva with a bandit battery in pocket. Obviously, you can't trick against a Maverick. We'll see if they try to fight this. They could.
It was Rexon actually who
Merc
came
is
into
just
our
gonna sit
chat
right in front of the
and
holes, but
told us
nope.
that he's seeing quite a
They
lot of
decided to fall off. The
sentry
mirror
in
window now
scrims,
popped,
more
which is gonna
than
get a lot more
Striker for sure.
dangerous for Merc if he decides
It
to
was
go
Pamba?
for,
My mistake then. Thank you.
Finish the Mav trick.
This is just dangerous in general. This is just a dangerous situation because you do, of course, have those C4s on board. So
Map 1 was
you have
7-4
4
on
C4s
border.
So you don't want to go anywhere near that wall, realistically.
Oh, he's testing it. You can see the
You can
bandit. He's
tell.
holding it.
You
He's
can
got the
tell.
lineup. Oh,
Both
Panda
are played a
wants it
lot
so
in
bad.
Brazil.
He's waiting to
Interesting.
hear this, but instead it's going to be the Selma's out instead. Those
Yeah,
were
I mean,
the
I don't
open
think
to
Striker
wall,
is like
so no
rare
Maverick
as an
needed, no
operator,
freebie
but
for
like
the bandit,
just
but
a
still,
little
that
less
is
common
one
than Sentry.
Selma down. Obviously, Ambi is still on Thermite, so his task is probably going to be to open that Jacuzzi breach if it's not open already, and then maybe that con single.
I'm
but
gonna lose
Bolo
my mind
gets
with
the
people
open
asking what the
kill
fucking map
onto
score,
Merc.
bro.
I don't even know. Where was that? Did he try to go in downstairs? I think Bolo killed him top red.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Rexon is going to shut him down in a return.
What are the numbers on top of the
Because
players?
before
That's their
they do
HP.
manage to get that cash control.
That's how much health
And
they
then
have.
hold up. So I think this is actually a very good position for Sonics right now.
Yeah, honestly, they didn't waste too
Border
much
was the map
utility
pick
going
of
for
Dark
that
Zero.
clear, and
That
obviously
is
they
on your
have to
screen, but it's
actually
very,
work
very
their way
tiny,
into
so
that
I don't
block
blame
on
you for
the
not
just
seeing
hold it,
that.
Just so the defenders can't get any easy pressure from that server window and kill the guys on metal. And yeah, there's no one really in cash. They're actually completely leaving it alone, trusting.
Blame
that the
Yubi?
defense
Yubi's
is
not
gonna
involved with
take
this HUD.
Everyone from
This is
Sonics,
a
either outside
government
the
of Saudi
balcony,
Arabia
or you
skill
got
issue.
Grixer right here on the
Realistically,
roof.
this is an ESL skill issue.
Hatch is open, wall is open, so there's
What
plenty
is
of
this?
opportunity for Grixer. Nade goes
Which
through,
ESL shouldn't have an excuse because they literally
to,
ran
I
R6
don't know,
Esports
well
for 4
before, I
years.
guess.
So
NJR sitting under the hatch, daring Grixer to
More
try
than
and
that,
drop.
like
Now with
6 years.
25 seconds left. Are Sonics just going to go for a window hop-in?
And they just gotta get
Everyone was
aggressive
setting
here.
up on the balcony. Yeah, they just have to hope that they win their fights. Now 15 seconds left. Here's the utility. Smokes come out. C4 goes out, gets shot out. Nathan Panba are dead. Finally a kill from NJR, but now he's the last one
well,
left.
we were watching the
After Rexon
one
collects
DZ
3,
POV
6
who won his
seconds, but
gunfight.
Diffuser finally gets picked up by Adam.
Oh, winnable.
Plant now going down.
Tough, but winnable.
Halfway done.
1v2
Rotate
while
from
Plant's
NJR.
going down.
He's in a technical 1v2 as Ambi's down, but now he's just 1 HP. And the time is working
They
against
maybe
him.
pick up
He's got
Ambi
30
too. Probably
seconds to
not.
kill both
Nah,
these
they're not in
players
position to.
and hop on the defuse.
Very risky to do a
Essentially
pickup
1
in a
HP.
fucking post plant.
Ambi
But
now obviously going to give the info to his team that he's starting to push up
Nah,
that hallway.
not
But look
winnable
how
anymore.
passive these attackers are playing. They know that there is absolutely no way that NJR
they
can
did change the
kill
overall
both
HUD.
of
Yes,
them
you're
if they
right.
stay
Sorry.
together. Bait
I thought
from
you were complaining
NJR
about the
goes for the first
lack
fight
of
because the player far, the shotgun's not going to work against him.
series score on the
Vector
HUD.
out once again.
No, you're right. That
Adam
was
is just
definitely
toying with
Ubisoft.
him. He knows all he has to do is waste time. He doesn't even have to get the kill. And now with 10 seconds left, NJR has to stick it. In comes Adam. NJR, he's forfeited the round already. Sonics equalize 1 apiece.
He desperately wanted that kill.
Isn't Legion
Really
more
not
viable
going
than
to.
Sentry? Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that grenade.
But there are still
because
situations
I think
where
what they did
you're gonna
is
bring a
if you're
Sentry over a
playing around
Legion.
that sort of cash,
If
gold
like
rotation,
you're bringing
and
if you're bringing
need
Sentry,
something
you probably have like a
because
specific
of
plan,
the way
right?
that nade time
You
is
probably
working
have
on
something
the target.
specific you
If
want
he
the
throws it
utility
that far
for.
away, I think it instantly exploded, and I think that's what he was trying to do. To them.
Legion is generally a better operator than
So that was
Sentry,
New
interesting.
timers
but
are weird.
if you've got a specific strat for
But
it, Sentry can be better
we
in
didn't
some
quite get to see
circumstances.
it, but I was looking at the utility as it was being played, because that Ambi was throwing out all the smokes, and that I think that is really the difference makers, how they managed to jump into gym like that and get the picks like that. Just that smoke play, really. And we talked about it, really, is in that situation with that little time left, you just got to play the numbers.
Definitely.
Adam is not the same as AD9M. That's a fucking throwback. You're an old school viewer. Adam is kind of new. He joined Sonics at the start of the year. Before that, he was on WildCard, right?
See stuff getting opened up. We are going to see the mirror being brought here. Again. Do you think
Yeah.
he's going to do the CC mirror? Like the
Yeah,
wall?
Adam started playing Pro
Probably,
League
I mean,
last
that's
year.
been, I feel
and then
the
joined
most
Sonics at the
popular
start of
thing
this
to
year.
do with Mira on this site, just 'cause
Oh, he
we
was
talked
named
about it
Tra,
before.
true.
She's good. She's not great here.
I think since joining Pro League,
Yeah, I
though,
think
he's
she's
always
got
gone
a
by
lot of
Adam.
reach.
Yeah, I think in CL he went by Tra, right?
Like by the red rotation.
On red, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Earlier
Rex
before
also,
that, yeah.
We got to highlight Rexon last round. He got 3 kills. He was a big part of why they were able to shove their way in the first place.
Yeah, you did it, I guess. You know, 3 kills, I mean, in a per game,
Yeah, whatever.
nobody got
I
5,
could do
think. Yeah. Yeah, Thermite's not going to come down onto the other side. He did do the mirror, but... it's
All
not
right,
gonna
whoever
be-
said that you can run
Instantly
Doc
get
on
it.
Clubhouse, I
Practice,
apologize.
no one's ready for getting it. Pamba's looking at the-
Last map, somebody said you can run Doc on Club, and I said you shouldn't. And here's Pamba, so
Absolutely.
I eat my words. You can run Doc on Club. If Pamba does it, you can do it too.
2 minutes remaining. 2 players in garage.
My fault.
Maybe looking to pressure them out. Have Rexon walk in off of this utility. The nade gonna kill Pan, but he couldn't get up.
Nice
in time.
coordination with that
And
nade.
Bolo is the next to fall thanks to Ambi. All the kills.
All right, maybe you
Lighting
shouldn't
up
because
the
they're getting
scoreboard
absolutely ass
orange.
blasted this round.
And Nath finds himself with a minute 45 left in the round in a 1v5.
I don't know. I feel like
don't think
Wamai
our
is a better
flashbangs
pick.
Are just gonna go
Yeah.
through onto red. They're gonna know exactly
It's a
where
tough
it is.
spot to hold,
Easy
like
pick.
close on the rafters window there. I mean, we've seen it played before, but like usually you don't hold 2 people on rafters. It's not that crazy, but
The garage take that
that's kind of
utility
why.
was perfect.
He
But
probably should have dropped
Pamba
as soon as he
could
saw the
not get up in time.
flashbangs.
Let's
Blows him up.
talk about
I
that
also
a little
don't
bit
know,
more
did
as
he?
well, because
I think he was
also
just a little
put
late on
a
his
bit of
stim
a
pistol
carry
too,
game
right?
as well.
I think if he
was
stim
really
pistol a little bit
good.
earlier, he probably
Yeah,
lives
he
there
was
as well.
thrown, He was naded there. If he had hopped out, he was dead. If he was trying to run away, he was dead. If he tried to prone away, he was dead. You know, like
Rook
there
over
was
Doc?
no winning that scenario, and
Absolutely
that's
not.
Exactly how Sonics need to play these rounds, and they've been playing them beautifully.
I think he just didn't want it enough.
Yeah, you think so?
Guy like me, I make it out.
Yeah, I like. Fair enough. So we are going to see another aggressive run from Dark Zero, but this time they actually have utility to support it.
Is Benja a perfect fit for SSG? We'll see. I hope so.
But we are gonna
I
see
think in theory it makes that team very, very scary.
No
But not a single SSG game has been streamed since Benja joined the roster, so it's hard to say.
First time we're seeing him.
How'd my experience in Manchester go? Crowd was crazy. I had a great time. I really enjoyed Manchester.
I mean, not really. 2 rounds really.
Nothing bad to say about it.
It's cool for us. It's not cool for them.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Crowd was
really just
great,
to try and
games
buy
were
time,
great,
like, this entire
a
strategy
North
with
American
the
team
castle
won.
setup and the room setup from Dark Zero is to buy time.
I got to
Yeah.
experience like a true English
That
pub, which
super
was
early
nice.
cage strategy, I mean, we've seen that
Yeah.
a lot.
Plus, with no Thatcher, it frees up the possibility of a
Yeah.
of the Cade trick, assisted by the 2 grab.
does.
We've also got, again, a 3-tiered roam. Canadian all the way up top. He's got jammers too, so they've got utility up here, which makes me think maybe he's not going to fall back.
I don't
quite as
believe we know
easily.
maps
They wanna
for the
really
second
take the
series
fight
yet.
to Sonic.
It might be on Face It.
I mean, it does kind of
But
seem like
I
they
don't
are
think
going
it
for
will
that
be.
roam play as the drones start to come through. The thing with Clubhouse is that you kind of do need to fight this roam player in a way.
The only thing the English know how to do. Amen.
To claim everything out, make sure they secure their side of the map, but they are also starting to open up these castles.
Okay, again, Canadian Bolo, the duo on the roam. You'll see this constantly for Dark Zero.
Berkshire with the opening pick. Canadian dead.
Doesn't really go
Got a
so
minute
well.
on the clock, so
Canadian
really
just
good
slow
time
to
for
get out
Sonic
there.
So far. Really the only like
He needed to escape a little bit faster.
slightly negative thing about that roam clear is that they had to use a Selma to destroy a castle barricade. And that's it. Otherwise,
I think
it
when
went.
you got the Maverick on the board, right, you can sort of afford that. So.
Maverick's just so slow.
It's gonna be awkward to get this kitchen hatch.
Yeah,
NJR
that is
is
fun.
Because you don't want to mav
setting
the
up
kitchen
for a
hatch.
trick, for a Cade trick. All the hatches still closed. No funny business.
I guess it's not that bad. You just buck open the entire floor and then
Go ahead and open those. They've got the 2 Selmas.
you can
for
throw
Cade
2
trick,
Selmas on
one
it,
hatch
or
now
no,
is
they're gonna put
pretty
that
much
there.
good
I guess
for
then you can open it.
2 as well.
It feels kind of bad though.
I know there's a lot of times we've seen even pro players struggle to open 2 hatches with.
I guess you're just gonna do your best to
Hope that's
can
not the
opener
case
it.
with Merc if they end up
Or you're
opening
just not
it.
gonna
Although
open
they only
kitchen,
have
which
a
is
minute
also
left, so I
fine.
don't even know if he's going to be opening up any hatches.
That's the thing. That's the main thing here. And we talked about it at the start of the round. It's all about the time, and Dark Zero have done very well to.
Actually,
waste
yeah,
the
with
ball on
EMPs, they
Sonic's
just
time.
actually can't open the hatch anymore.
And this is just looking
'Cause they
like
use
a
their
really bad
Selmas.
position for them now. As that time
So they've
starts
got to
to
push Moto. They got to
really
push
need
main.
Get a move on and start
They've
clearing
got
some
nobody
nades are
dirt.
gonna start to come down as
Their
well.
nade
They're
missed the
trying to
claw,
find this Cade claw, but
and
everyone's
they have
gonna
one
be
more
able to-
nade, and they have an IQ, so I don't know how the nade missed the claw. It's nade. It's IQ's nade. It might be impossible to hit it. It might just be too high up, since we can no longer cook grenades.
About maybe 2-2-1, I would imagine.
Yeah.
20 seconds remaining. The time is so low. DZ look to hold on. Tuberau freezes coming out as the attackers start to drop that Moto hatch. Grixer with 1 from behind.
Clean
Panda
though.
wasn't
You
expecting it.
probably
Sorry,
should have had
NJR didn't
some
expect it.
kind
Now
of
it's all
audio
on
cue
Bolo.
instead of dirt.
1 versus
It
4,
should have been
nothing
like
he can do,
relatively
and once again,
not like
Sonics
obvious, but
with
you should have
20
predicted
seconds
some kind of
remaining
pressure on dirt.
Find the fights
Because
pick
they're not
up
going
DZ
kitchen.
one by one, and the
Uh,
defense, the trade game is nowhere to be found.
Sonic's
You
just
kinda
playing
need another
also
angle with
from
kitchen
us,
closed, and so
great
dirt makes a lot of
adaptation
sense.
From them there, just realizing, okay, we don't have a lot of time, guys. Let's drop Moto. As you said, they split up their numbers, like that 2-2-1, going Moto, going blue, going dirt, and they just all pinced together, and it was absolutely beautiful.
The
That
freshest
whole
cock
mission
chants were
when
pretty
Chiefs
good.
played this way. Sonics.
Labs,
played
Consulate, and
absolutely
Bank.
beautiful. Dark Zero is really gonna have
LG
to
pick
edge.
Labs,
They all
Space Station
found
pick
what they wanted so
Consulate,
far.
and then Bank.
As we were saying, right, they were just trying to pull out the funnies, you know, they're doing like putting the hatch and kill him through it and everything.
Doesn't
like
seem
that.
bad for
I
SSG.
think
They're not a
honestly,
huge
that
Labs
hitting in
team.
the first round sort of won them.
But the rest of it seems
But,
fine. Well, look, I'll look at my
You know,
notes
that can't happen again,
before the game.
And it feels like Dark Zero are a little bit lost here.
They had a beeper? Did he just not turn around then?
Still,
They're Asset Labs and they have
opportunity here
Force.
for Sonics to take that coveted 4-2 attacking half. After dropping the first round, they have looked, even though like
Scars
their
versus
early
Keg.
round is really good,
Scars probably win that.
and then they kind of and this is I struggle to say they stall out in the mid round because it looks like they stall out.
When
but for all
nade
we know,
dies
they
to a
could be,
nade, do we call it
you know,
peak
they're discussing
human
their full
evolution?
They're still active in that mid round, but to us it looks.
We need
like
a
they're
round
little
between
weaker,
Beast
and then it's
Coast
like,
and
flip of a switch,
Furia,
they're in the site and they're killing.
where nade gets a nade kill,
Nothing DZ can do.
and then I guess they'd have to be on
Can I
opposite
highlight
sides.
something?
Nade dies to a
The
nade,
rotate
and then
that NGR
diffuser
makes,
plants the
that is
diffuser.
exactly how you make the rotate. I'm sick of seeing this in my lobbies, you know.
Yeah,
because
stop
this- the
reinforcing one of the
mattress-
gold walls.
Yeah,
Make
the
it in the
mattress
middle.
blocks that angle.
This is
so you
crazy.
don't
Extra,
miss
this is
it.
why
What the
you're
hell?
never gonna be mod, by the way. No
Nice.
shot, he couldn't get back in
Oh,
time.
no.
Nafe!
That was crazy from both
No,
sides. The fuse
Nafe!
thermite combo and then Nafe.
Wait, that's kind of
He's
brilliant
mirror
though.
trick,
Mirror
yeah.
window down. Yeah, the
That's
mirror
kind of
trick, that
genius.
was-
I don't know if they
that definitely
expected the
falls in the realm
Mira,
of,
I think out of all of
to
the
be
things
there
that
trying to
Nafe
trick that
expected to
shit,
happen there,
but that was
more
kind of insane.
not expect the fuse.
If
No,
they
it's
had
not.
expected that based on
No,
either
no.
scrim knowledge or by somehow droning that, although I don't know.
At least
Maybe they
still
droned
missed
it.
mirror window, although not for long.
Nah, you can't
That's
do that.
insane, bro.
It's gonna get open. Bolo's position a little bit more.
Hell of a call to bring Fuse
Drone
there.
at his feet as well. Can't even get the second charge here. Now to 5v4 Sonics. So far have been really, really good.
Usually
at
when people bring
converting on
Fuse in
Clubhouse.
2024, it's just
Bolo's
because they
starting
want a
to come under
shield.
fire. There's two looking
And like
his way.
Monty
You
is
can see one
banned.
through the mirror
Or they want
window,
like
will
2
pop it open,
shields.
but there's a nade at his feet. He gets one, can't get the second.
Honestly impressive that
Very
Bolo
least
got
trades
one there.
himself out. The whole
Canadian! Canadian, the stream!
No! Canadian can't land enough shots.
Oh, okay, SMG-11's a tough gun, but okay, he got the kill eventually. He missed the kill when it was free, and the guy wasn't even looking at him, but then the guy turns around and he nails the
Retaking
headshot.
the position in bathroom is NJR, dusted by Adam. 3 kills now for the Fuse. We're
This is a
equalized
sick
with
fucking
1
Fuse
minute
round
left.
from Adam. This is a really cool round.
Beautifully played there from Matt to be able to pick up all 3 of those contestants.
Interesting Selma.
Just everyone who was trying to push them out of that jacuzzi breach, Atom has shut them all down. He's going to smoke off the main stairs and push in, but they don't seem to have a lot of intel onto where these defenders are roaming.
What the fuck?
Oh, what a kill from Atom!
He does
Oh
not
my
ace,
God.
unfortunately.
And he's in a perfect position to blind, but he will get traded by Canadian. And it's all between him and Ambi. The young gun versus the old gun. Flashbangs start to come through as the pre-fire should start to come through, but Ambi's gonna
Oh
get
man, Troy! 3K in the round where he whiffs an entire SMG-11 map magazine on a guy that didn't know he was there.
Doing the absolute most just for some old guy to win the round. Wow. Sonics and you know, not just Adam, but as a team, played around that jacuzzi breach.
Ambi on therm, 3
Flawless.
flashes, doesn't use one. I
Everything
mean,
they did was perfect. The thermite and the fuse to take.
Ambi's on therm because you need like 9 hard breachers on Clubhouse.
Using all that utility to flush out Bolo. Sure, Bolo goes 1 for 1, but Sonics already had the man advantage. So that guy's job was done. Adam got the trade, pushing in, getting yet another kill on the guy.
Old as shit with the best gun in the game.
But
There you go,
somehow
bro.
DZ
Not bad.
and getting the kill on that CC window with, I think, you know, again, that call from Sonics that we mentioned where, hey, there's only 2 on site, let's go. Maybe got a little bit ahead of themselves, and that's what allowed Pamba to catch that guy off guard on the server window, or sorry, on the con window. Also, don't know how Canadian got his kill. I don't know, maybe he came back up garage and killed the guy from server window. I'm not quite sure.
Ambi's just hard
DZ
support.
back into that round, despite the efforts of Adam, was quite surprising.
We put Gab on
DZ
therm
now, I guess
sometimes.
we could say
Yeah,
they're
that's
showing
my
shades
gut
of
reaction. Is that like
Sonic,
sometimes
right?
you just
Think
need
they're
your
down and out,
fraggers
and
to
out
be
of nowhere,
on
they just
hard breach rolls
kill everyone.
like thermite.
I feel like though that.
But Ambi is playing a lot of this
Sonics are
thermite, and he's like literally
in a
grabbing
very good
diffuse
position to
kit.
win this game, because
And
it
chat's
seems like
saying he's
every
on hard
time that
support now,
Zero
so
wins a round,
that
they
actually
have to
might just
force
be a
something
role
absolutely
change.
insane to make it happen.
Yeah.
And Sonics are the ones who are sort of playing the map better. So they are more consistent, but Dark Zero, clearly, they're making Sonics work for it right now. As the Maverick trick comes through, Thermite gets it open. This is going to be Sonics' last time
Ambi
in
is
half, and if they
comfortable
pull
on
out a 4-2
support.
split here,
Really?
They are in really good position right now.
Even if they don't, I would argue they're still in a good position considering how Clubhouse last time went. But DZ, I am glad that even though
Is Ambi a better support player than
talked about
Geo?
how Sonics are technically, you know, playing the map.
I mean, I get it.
better,
You cut
I'm
Geo,
glad we're seeing
and then
this
you brought in
comeback
Grixer.
from
That
DZ,
like
that was kind of the whole
that leaves
point
a
of the game
void,
eventually,
right?
you know,
Somebody's got to play.
bring
Somebody's
it
got to
together,
plant the
that-
bomb.
That explosivity that they felt like they
But
were missing.
Ambi?
And I think we're seeing that. We're seeing very cheeky strats. We're seeing a lot of aggression in that mid-round. And Bolo, tapping away, gets the headshot, but very swiftly shut down. So down goes Adam as well. 2 players now lost on Sonics for the price of 1. Bolo dies in rafters, gives him
We'll
a
see.
position, but you've killed the Maverick and the Thatcher, and you've still got player downstairs in garage as well. That's Panda.
Yeah, he's bringing Diffuser
Catch
again.
another player off guard. Capital just checked his drones.
He played
Might
Hard
have
Breach in
info on
T3?
Canadian, also very far
Did he?
over by pool, so DZ have kind of this web encircling the map right now. And
I won't
Sonics
claim to be an expert on
separated
Ambi's
from
T3 career.
Yeah, no,
But that's wild to
I
me.
mean, the last time we saw this was like an absolute textbook attack. It was flawless last time. But as they come in, they're gonna get shut down. Papa for the 2K. Ambi and Rex and both.
Well,
going
it's
down
party
to
time, so that's going to be a, what's that, 3-3 split?
Literally, as I'm
Is
talking
Clubhouse
about
Defender
textbook
sided?
attack,
Yep.
The textbook defense comes out from Dark Zero as they absolutely just shut it down. It's like we said last map. Sometimes it's just
Thoughts
like
on
PS
Monty
game,
right now?
and you just
Personally
die.
think he's
You
too
just get shot
strong.
in the head, and that's the number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Monty is currently the
It
best
happens.
attacker in the
I mean,
game.
we talk about it all the time too in a game where sometimes like you just get rolled by one guy. Like it happens. an FPS game.
Ambi did not play hard support in T3. I would be very surprised if Ambi was a hard support player in T3.
We literally
Again, I don't know.
just talked about that explosivity.
But I would be very surprised to learn that.
They wanted to add to the roster with these changes, and we saw it. Though this time from a long-standing player, Pambazu downstairs in the garage, good for 2 kills. And now DZ showing shades
Monty
of
too good, nerf sledge.
Laz
Holy
coming
shit, bro.
through. Blitz as
You
well
might
from
you might
Canadian.
be
He's
you
been
might be able to
picking
get a
up
job
little
at UB.
operators with smokes. We saw the Capital before as well.
Canadian's an amazing Monty. Don't know why he isn't playing him. Because Monty's banned every game. What are you talking about? Canadian's a great Monty player. That's why Sonics keep banning it.
I feel like maybe
Canadian played a
depends
fuck
kind
ton
of
of
what's going
Monty
on with Triple One, I guess,
at
but-
Manchester.
Yeah, okay, so it's fully closed. So maybe
Canadian
like a
might be the
retro
best
drop
multiplayer
would
in
be
the
best
world.
way to do this. I feel like Blue, you got too many angles with the blitz, right? Oh, they've dropped the blitz entirely. Never mind.
No more
Fair
blitz.
enough.
I was really excited.
I'm blind, my
I was
bad.
excited
All
as
good.
well.
It's Forest.
Also,
I've been saying this since the fucking Monty change happened.
talk about
It maybe was Forest,
Well,
but
sorry.
Forest just hardly touched the Monty since the Monty changes.
The DZ drone network working well.
Maybe he's gonna play it today. I hope he does.
No-
But he just
Right, am I
like
reading the map right? There's no roam. Nothing.
they buffed Monty and like Canadians Monty pick rate doubled.
They did barricade
Uh,
a little bit to try and make it look like
Hot and
there's a room
Cold's
going
Monty
on,
pick
but
rate
there's not really any
quadrupled.
room going on it.
Kino's
Downstairs,
Monty
like,
pick rate went
that
up
very
too.
quick clear coming out from
Hot
that.
and Cold's Monty pick rate went fucking down.
Ram already doing work in kitchen and in the
Or
bar.
sorry, not Hot and Cold. Forest
That's where
Monty
Ram's
pick rate
back
went
in.
down.
A lot of soft breach done very quickly. Really.
So like I'd like to say Forest is the best multiplayer in the world, but he doesn't play the fucking op very much
It's going in a
anymore.
straight line. You're not changing it. Whereas with a buck or a sled, you can kind of cherry pick where you want things to go.
Every multiplayer is on the
Also got
same
pushing charges,
wavelength. It's
as
that
supported
easy.
that
You
burst
can't die.
of NJR. Last Ram comes out destroying even more of that.
All right,
kitchen.
if Gunner says it, it's true.
Arsenal pretty much
There is no best
impossible
multiplayer in
to
the
play
world. They're all
full
ass.
defense.
They're
We
all
know
just
what
playing the
DZ are
easiest op in the
focused on.
world.
They're real focused on kitchen. This is probably going to be a drop.
Yeah, I did want to point out a couple of things, like the RAM is great for the sound as well, and also...
What did the
they use
Monty
two
buff do to
monitors, so
Kino's
make sure
Monty
it's
win
getting
rate?
tricked. Like, I don't know.
No idea.
Really smart play coming out from Dunk Zero. That is the kind of thing that sets
Monty
profiles
is, I think,
apart from
currently the
regular teams,
biggest
but as I say that,
like
that's
balance
it.
issue
Because
in
of
Siege,
around NGR already going down.
I believe
which
that
means he'll
was
be nerfed in
through
about
that
1 to
hatch.
2
That's
years.
the angle you can get from behind box 2. There's like a little pixel on the edge of the hatch, and I'm sure that's what Adam used. Now DZ once again find themselves a man down. They were only able to convert off of an opening death once so far this game in round 5 on that gym round that came down to a 1 versus 1. But here's the utility dump through that kitchen hatch, answered by the smoke babe from Rexon, and Canadian's going to
feel
drop.
like it's been a
right
long
through
time
anyway.
since I've
Try
seen
to
an
set up a
Osa
versus
kitchen
four.
hatch
Bolo
drop.
on the cover kills Adam. More toxic babes, but they don't hit. Canadian can sneak the plant through the gas. Ambi trying to
Canadian
pull his
gets
way
off.
through, gets cut down.
Just gets
Rexon
rushed
just has to take
anyways.
the fight, is successful somehow, despite the hatch being open. All of the attackers no longer watching.
Nafe
it.
was 100%
Finally
asleep
cut
at the
down by
wheel.
Nafe
I don't know how he
after
didn't
the
kill the
dust
smoke
settled.
sprinting
Find
up at
ourselves
him.
in a 1v2, all up to Grixer against Panba and Nafe, but the diffuser has been dropped in the bomb site.
So
Down
winnable.
comes
So
Panba,
winnable for Grixer.
chewed up by that SMG-11. Now all up to Nafe. Secondary out. Bearing 9 versus SMG-11. 8 seconds
never
left, and Nafe
mind.
comes out on top.
Secondary
DZ
SMG versus
again,
secondary
a
SMG.
very
Let's go,
close
Nafe.
round, but they
He
come
had a
away with
ping.
round 7.
I think he had intel advantage there. I don't think the mute knew exactly. I don't think the mute had live
It is
info.
crazy how Grixer with the toxic babe. I don't know how that happened. Maybe he got stuck on the shelf. or
Sonics
something,
will never
and
go
he
far in
just
any big event until they
missed
drop
where it
Rexon.
was
That is a
going down.
take.
And I thought,
That's a
well,
take
he's
I
just
don't
dropped
think
the
I
round,
agree
or,
with.
you know, something happened or whatever. And then he just ran all the way in, shut like an idiot on the plant, and then ran all the way out. And what an absolute hero! Only to very narrowly.
Is this
miss
for a
the
World
round.
Cup spot?
Absolutely
Yes.
Insane rounds coming out here, where it shows you even though that a team could play textbook, and against any other team that would absolutely ruin them. Sonics realize we're losing this defense.
Who was
We
my
need to
favorite
get
team to
aggressive.
watch
And
at
we tried it,
Manchester?
Grixer tried it.
Beast Coast.
Sometimes you just gotta run. You just gotta do something.
Yeah, that was...
I'm not just saying it because he's in my chat, but watching Beast Coast play Cafe against FaZe Clan was like
It was Rexon on
probably the most fun game of Siege I've watched in a very long fucking time.
It's okay, I do that all the time. when two people are on.
Yeah, Rexon's a very good player.
There's Rexon running up.
I don't know that like Sonics right now have like the roster that's gonna win them a
That's gonna be the thing
championship,
for Clubhouse so
but I
far.
don't think they're that far off, and I don't think
They're
Rexon's the guy who would go.
Very, very close.
There's a reason why
Sonics
Rexon
on
is
the
like
ground, they have a
the
flawless
only
record.
player
They
still
have
on this
other
team.
rounds
I guess
where there's
Grixer.
only one death. But DZ still
The only
has
player who has consistently been on this team since they bought out E United all those years ago.
Yeah, I think I must have like. Just
We need
hit
a
the shelf
coach?
or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was a little bit high.
All right, you know what? I was hesitant, but you've been begging me for months
But,
now.
yeah, we're
I'll
gonna
coach
see
Beast Coast.
just
Fine,
like the gym
fine,
doing.
fine. My hands are
So,
tied. I didn't want to
for
do
this
it.
one, this
You know,
we are going to see the Ying.
You twisted my arm.
There's no Nomad.
I'll do it. I'll take the
Nomad's very
position.
Yeah, Nomad on a
kinda
club.
suggests
You want
that
to talk about that,
they're-
Sterno?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. I mean, it can really suggest that they're just going to work the windows and they're just using the Nomads so they don't have to watch the flank from CC side.
Can I step into Fet size 6?
The bandit
Yep.
batteries
Beautiful.
allows
I don't know why I played so awful on Sonics. The rules were definitely weird for me, but I could not shoot people.
Did he mistime it, or did he only have one left?
He only had one left.
Okay. I was about to say. That
But
wasn't-
I don't know if he lost one.
Listen,
since he
Fet
was
made a
in
bunch of
the-
TikToks before he was a coach.
Well,
I'm making a bunch of TikToks.
but yeah, the jacuzzi walls.
I'm
can
just
work
saying.
pretty
I'm
easily.
just saying it makes
Flores drones
sense.
coming out. They're making good use out of these Flores drones as well.
Hot and
Yeah,
cold,
they're
most
really
underrated
well.
player in NA right now.
I didn't know if that
Yeah.
was gonna be high enough, but yeah, it got both.
Yeah.
And there we go.
I feel like people rate Hot and Cold pretty highly.
because
Maybe I'm underestimating them though.
counter,
No, Hot and Cold might be the most underrated player in NA.
No, it does not.
I always forget that.
I feel like Hot and Cold got a lot of
Nave's gonna get chewed up just a little bit, but Panba starts the fragging on Rexon and in
got a
comes
lot of
the rest
hype
the
like
attack, in
during
through
NAL
back
when
room.
Beast Coast were
One
starting to
down,
make
but
their
Grixer
comeback.
refrags Bolo, and Bolo had no support. Everyone's still outside the building, and the C4 is good for 2. Ambi leaves it all up to Panba, but it's a
Winnable, though.
1v1.
This was a
Adam
1v4,
and
wasn't it?
Grixer are down. Does Merc go for the res?
How did they both get down here?
Is it safe to? Grixer tucked all the way in the corner. He's got
They
King's
eat a
control
nade?
as well, but
Uh-oh.
the flashbangs are coming in. Pamba
there's
is
no
far
nades.
too close to go for this res, but Alda in hand.
Pamba's
is a
moving
favorable
quick
weapon
here.
to have.
Pamba
One
doesn't
down,
realize it's a
it's
1v1, I
secured.
think.
The other just inches away from Panba, constantly calling out his position. Merc has a
Ah,
live feed,
well played.
and there it is. The pseudo drone left alive by Pambazoo ends up working in Sonic's favor there, as you can see the yellow pings coming out from Adam, and I think they even had.
You think
info.
Gav
I
is the
saw a
most
red
underrated
ping
player?
there as well, and Sonics tie the score once again.
Yeah, I think there's a bulletproof on the other side that was pinging him, but yeah.
If I
that
leave
was
the
awesome.
desk,
That
the
was
box
almost a
industry will
really
collapse.
good
All right.
recovery there, but you
All
can see,
right,
like,
Flynn.
the flashbang spam, it doesn't always save you, unfortunately. If there's just a guy.
Who's
lying
more
on the
underrated,
next to the
Gav
fence,
or Hot and Cold?
The C4 too. The
No,
fact that
Gav might
I
be
think
more
if
underrated.
they all
Yeah.
went
I don't know.
in
They're
with
both
Bolo, I
like
think
brilliant
they win the round.
players, and it's hard to
Because
say that
they
like
had
one
that-
player is
that
better
little
than the
bit
other
of-
because
of
like
trepidation.
I mean they
I
just
don't
do
know if
such
that was
different
the call,
things.
like just to wait outside and
But
see
yeah,
if they
Gav
could
might be more
regroup,
underrated than
but
Hot is.
If they had all just rushed in, I think
He has
it would
zero
surprise
media
me,
and
but
doesn't
because they
tweet.
waited a little
Yeah.
bit, it gave just enough time for Grixer to throw.
I
out
also
that
feel like
C4, and
Like some people
That
don't
was
have.
the
I'll
round
hydrate for you.
kills.
Some people like don't
Plural.
tweet, but like they still get a bit of a personality, like Ambi.
Absolutely. But we are not gonna see Sonics.
I feel like I never see. Maybe Ambi tweets every now and again, but Ambi's such a loud person, like on the stream, and he's such a personality, like on his face cam, that he's still very like talked about.
we gotta start doing that in casual.
Gavin
Yeah, you think so?
can clutch a 1v5, and we'll switch to his camera on the broadcast, and he'll just be like,
really
Interesting
funny.
here. What's interesting here is that we don't see a Maverick coming out from Dark Zero, so they might actually have.
it's funny, man. It's very funny. Dan from VP's the most underrated. I need to see VP like make it back to a
He
tournament
leaves.
first.
That's it. Job done.
But like Dan is pretty talked about on
Yeah,
VP.
maybe they're trying to bait them into thinking that they're going to be on that for longer. And then
NJR is also one of those guys who can clutch a 1v5 and then he's just like.
because they have enough hardwares to sort of just do whatever they want, but the gridlocks.
NJR and Gavin are two players. They're kind of similar in their demeanor.
Because I don't see
Literally
why-
two
why
of the
else you
worst
bring
interviews I've ever seen in my
That's really
life.
the only spot to be worried about a flank in the first place.
There are not
Unless
many
for some
people
reason you're dedicating
who,
a whole
like,
flank watch operator to like
the R6 broadcast will refuse to interview.
plenty of tracks to cover.
Gavin and NJR are on that
Few
list, though.
players over here on this side of the map. We got both the gridlock and the ying.
NJR just gives the worst answers of all time. He gives one-word
Almost
answers,
entirely
and
a
it's like,
con-push. They haven't
it's
opened
like
the
he
other side at all.
gains
Are they just gonna
pleasure
put all
in
their
giving a
eggs in
bad
one
interview.
Yep,
And
Soldier
Gavin
goes
will
that
just
side, and that
swear
basket will
90% of his
Bolo
interview.
shuts down Atom with the opening pick of the round, and that cash wall is starting to get opened up. And it looks like they are now going to rotate as well. And it looks like Ambi is aware that this can happen as well, and he is ready to ban the trick. Thatch is going to go down. The thermite going down on the other side, but there's no one here to support this. Ambi is not going to get it. Ambi, pay attention! Oh no, it's not getting opened up. And yeah, here's a 5v4, and the CC wall's now opened up on the other side, and this is a terrible position for Sonics.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and
crazy
getting
swing from
caught
NJ.
sleeping there, taking a punch
Doesn't
from
quite
NJR,
die,
and
though,
that
he's
brief
fine.
ace charges come out to deal with that
Pamba's
mirror
on the
window
Ying once
top
again.
red as well.
I love
Two
Pamba
players
Ying
now from the
Clubhouse.
defense forced to try
I
and
love
rotate
Pamba
through,
Ying
or just
Clubhouse.
run out
Canadian
the
finds a
rush.
pick.
Canadian taking out Merc.
They're
Stunned.
trying to
He
play
was
this
just on
pretty
the doorway.
aggro.
He was waiting. He knew it was gonna
Pamba
happen.
gets a pick,
Pamba
Nath
and
gets a
Nate
pick,
tack on for
Grixer
two more. It's
below.
all up to Grixer. One
Gets a
C4
kill, but it's not the
He's got
planter.
4 more to find. There goes Panba, who's just standing in a Banshee, I guess. But now Grixer's 1 HP, and he's working against the clock now as the plant goes down. This round is as good as over, unless Grixer pulls out some
It's
of the
not the
nastiest
least
shots
winnable
I've
1v5 I've ever seen, but
in
he's
the
not
last
winning this.
3 years. But no, it's not going to happen. Nate finishes long angle from the window, and DZ once again have the lead.
What happened there with Ambi, man? I feel like that thermite charge is pretty damn loud.
Yeah, I mean, maybe...
The thermite makes
because
no
there were also
noise.
hole- 'cause you know,
Really?
they make, like, holes in the wall for better sound. Maybe like
This is a great game.
Because sometimes, and we all have that moment.
Pamba or Ashen,
You're
who's
trying
better?
To listen and everyone's talking, but
Right
you, like, have to
now?
listen to the comms. Maybe stuff just got muddled and he couldn't hear.
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
Ashen's been
unfortunate,
playing
but
better.
sometimes it's just how the
I think
game
right
goes.
now Ashen's
Ambi
better than
not
Pamba.
able to trick that out. I think honestly,
Peak
that's
Pamba
what-
is probably better than
Volleyball
Peak
is an FPS game, volleyball, right?
Peak Ashen.
Sometimes it's also a very heavy utility game.
Turn
If
up
they
my
had that ball
volume.
close,
I'll
they
stop
would've won the round.
not talking into the mic.
Yeah, unfortunate. That's honest. I feel like that's the second round so far this half where something for Sonic, like something happens and you.
Oh, Gunner. What?
All you can really say is just it's kind of unfortunate.
Just be
Oh, when he's banned at tricking.
Yes, yeah.
Ah,
Next time
Gunner,
you
he's
go
got the
listen,
he's got the
you need to
fix.
take-
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't need comms. You need to bandit that wall.
I certainly know some players who would do that. So we're gonna move to the downstairs defense, and we're gonna see how that goes on. And we've seen both teams do attempt some.
It's
sort
been an
of
actually crazy summer for Edmonton sports blackout. First, the Oilers push it to Game 7 in Stanley Cup Finals.
Blitz.
Then the Oilers have like
Yeah.
made the
So
best fucking
that's
roster
it.
moves
So
of any
what's
NHL
going
team
on
over
on
the summer.
triple wall? I wonder.
Then Canada won the
And
Tackle
being like,
Football World
okay,
Championships
okay.
in
So the
Edmonton.
triple wall is open, they're doing the mirror
And
setup,
now
so
Canada's
the
top
Oilers
4
have
in Copa
absolutely
America
destroyed
for
the setup,
soccer.
so that's
It's actually a
really
ridiculous summer to be an Edmonton sports fan.
As long as he gets there, they do have a Valkyrie on the
Canadian.
board. He could be very susceptible.
I think
to
Ashen's
that.
ceiling is very high. I agree.
C4
That is
suited
true.
By the black eyes.
Canadians play
I
very
really,
well series
there's a
so
part of me
far,
that
so I
really
believe
wants to
that
see
I
this
believe
roster for Space Station work. Because I think the potential is just so crazy good.
Or what if he just like sends it down blue? Just completely upends our expectations.
I mean, that's
Oh,
seemingly what's
please.
happening right now.
All right,
Blue's a very
No,
dangerous
no,
place, I think, for Blitz to push. I'd be pretty
Blitz
surprised if that
down
happens.
blue.
Yeah.
Casters chat about. I think it's fine.
Recharge is not going to start to come down as the drones start to come out. Dark Zero is in a beautiful position right now. I mean, they have the lineup. to
Warden is in
absolutely trash
Arsenal.
this defense right now.
So Armory. Yeah.
Yeah, you have one guy main stairs.
You kind of
one
just
guy
want to
on
dodge
middle.
the Warden, I
You
feel,
have
if you're
to
this
send it
Blitz.
through that
I mean,
hole.
he's probably going
There's not
dirt.
gonna be anything that Miro player can do. Sonic's gonna have to dedicate probably several.
Yeah,
guns
Blitz is just
that area
going
of the
dirt
map
here,
before
I
he
have
even
to
knows
imagine.
it's coming. They're even gonna open up dirt. So here's yet another angle that the attack can come with, and maybe that's where Canadian's gonna go. He's not gonna try and destroy the mirror setup. He's gonna walk down dirt.
Well, it's pretty
instead
weird to put
with,
the Blitz anywhere other than
with
dirt.
an eighth.
Oh,
If he can.
it's a little
That was
big there.
scary.
It's that shield, gotta get that through. But the C4 is gonna get prepped, but it looks like he's just not gonna care about that at all.
Dodge the C4 from Merc.
Barbed wire does get destroyed.
Oh, good play by Nafe.
Nafe, beautiful pick from him onto Merc.
All the way in the
and
back.
he's happy with that. He could just rotate now. They can hit blue. They can hit all sorts of sides here. As the C4 just
Okay, do they have the kitchen hatch open? They've got a Habana, there's no Kaid, so they certainly do.
Absolutely,
There it
because now
is.
The defense has to be worried about.
So now you're gonna
dirt.
get a blitz
Even
running
though
through
DZ
dirt.
Now they've got blue open, they've got moto open, they've got kitchen open.
You
It's
can
yet
EMP
another
that
angle
nitro
that
cell.
the
You still have
defense
3
has to
EMPs here.
dedicate something
You
for
can
it, because as
EMP
soon
the
as they
C4
look
from the
away,
hatch and then run the
that
blitz
is
in.
gonna pounce and be
Here's
all
all
over
3
them.
EMPs
30
getting thrown at
seconds left.
once.
The defense knows that that blitz is gonna have
They
to
have
push
to go
in.
now?
One player coming from blue, that's Nafe. He's good for another
And they're
kill on
killing
a blitz. One more
everybody,
dead as
bro.
well. Here
Okay.
comes the blitz through the smoke. It's all down to Adam and Rexon against every player.
Dark
on TC.
Zero
Adam
in
with
a
one,
great
looking for another,
position
but
to
the
win
plant
this
is gone
game.
down. He's dusted in
They've
blue.
been
It's all up to
crushing on
Rexon
this
to
attack.
smoke, and he's contest with a blitz. 1v1.
They're
You're
looking
not
really
winning
good.
that.
I love some of the
DZ
strats they're
map
bringing out.
and match point on a map that they were only able to take 2
I really
rounds
like the
on
way DZ's
against
playing right now.
Sonics last time they played it.
Yeah, and it really can't be understated. Like, when Sonics were on the attack, they were playing absolutely beautifully. Textbook Siege, they were doing incredibly well. I mean, this is one of Sonics' best maps, so it really shouldn't be underrated how well Dark Zero has performed here to bring this back, and bring it to match point, bring it to series point. Sonics is one round away from getting sent to that lower bracket.
It's all gonna ride on Jim. Now this is the
Is Iconic gonna join the analyst desk?
So far. Isn't that crazy to say?
Might be fun, but
Again,
not that I've heard.
just considering the history.
Didn't prep for
that
Sonics
Sonics
well at all.
was at
Bad
in
week of
general, and the fact
practice.
that last time they played
Now
it,
you need a
they
new
went
coach.
4-2 on attack and then 3-0 on their defense. In 4
You think NA's the
rounds,
best it's
they
ever
have
been?
one defensive win, and it's on this site. So at the very least, this is probably their
Yeah?
best chance at taking a 5th point. But after that, where do they go? Do they go
Certainly
back to
in
Church, where they've
years.
already lost twice, or do
I
they
mean,
go back
like,
to
NA's the
Craft
best it's
CC,
ever
which
been
is
because
by
the
far and away
overall
weakest
Siege
site
skill
on this
gap,
map.
skill level
Well,
continues
we'll
to
see
go
the
up.
decision that they do try
Like,
and
players
make,
now are
but
just
the
better
way
than they
that
were
get
6 years
there.
ago.
Also, I have to
This is
edit my
interesting.
statement. Not the weakest.
Relative
site,
to the
but
rest of the
weakest
field, peak NA was still
Weakest
probably like year 1.
Typical.
I mean, statistically, is that true? Because we don't really see Bar played that all often.
But right now, I think NA is
That's
definitely the
that's thing about
strongest
Bard, like,
region.
I'm sure its win rate is probably crazy, but it's also
Like, I
really
think
small.
NA right now at this current point of time
Really
is probably like
see
the
its win
best
rate?
any region has ever
Bolo
been in
is
Siege.
a real member.
But like Brazil is currently the second best any region has
Yes.
ever been in Siege.
Well, we saw that too. Adam on Fuse.
Yeah.
Had the
Far
other
beyond
one.
EU, EU's a stinky region right now.
And he got a 4K that round, so
He did.
EU are a little bit
Does he have
behind,
the
but not by
cards for
much.
Bolo?
that's
Does
in
does
the
Bolo
cards, I
also
think.
get a 4K just to lose the
I
round?
think so. I think if he doesn't do that, then he's underperforming. You know.
Real. So real for that.
Quit glazing.
So hiding below to see what he can do here. And so far, Dark Zero is pretty slow on this uptake. They are starting to slowly get.
Brazil's insanely top heavy. Yes. Yeah, I mean Brazil's top like 2 teams, top 3 teams if Liquid's having a good day are ridiculously good. But then after that it kind of falls off. We'll see if W7M can breach into that top echelon. I'd like to see new W7M do his... I mean, it's going to be hard to do as well as old W7M, but I'd like to see new W7M reach into that same tier as like FaZe and Furia.
Adam exposed and decides to take the fight against
it's
the
over.
LMG instead of backing off.
It's
The Bandit
over.
Tries to go in for the refrag.
We get the
Successful,
2K on the
but
cash
Tyler up to
clear.
14 HP and stuck
Ambi
here
needs to
in
go
cash
nuke.
between two
Nah,
players,
it's over.
And Quixer hunted down. We saw
The
Ken
clear is
lurking
just
below
so
and start
coordinated.
earlier in
DZ
the
feel like they're
round,
playing with
and
confidence, they're
finally,
playing together,
he'll kill
they're
his
playing
glory.
fast when they need
It's
to.
down to Ambi and Merc 2v4 with Ambi 1 bullet away from
I'm
death
excited about this
to
Dark
save
Zero.
the map and
This is a
save
Dark
their
Zero that could go
chances
really
of
far
being
in
the first team to
EWC.
qualify
Like, this
to Rio.
DZ
Because
could win
remember, even if
EWC.
they lose here, they've still got a chance.
I mean,
to
I've
win.
watched 2 maps, like, I'd like to see more from them.
Absolutely, they do. And Ambi. is
But,
trying
like,
to
this
hold
is
it
a
down.
good-looking
And
Dark Zero,
Merc,
man.
That C4 in hand is ready, of course, but he's the only one with the C4. Jacuzzi wall getting opened up on the opposite side. And Dark Zero
I don't
is
think
taking
Brazil is the
no
most
chances
competitive
with this
region.
push. They're getting set up beautifully. 40 seconds left to go on the clock. They're getting ready to jump through this master window and be ready to try and shut it down.
Thoroughness. That's the name of the game for DZ, and it's been the name of their game for years. And Ambi now revealing his position, has to tuck behind the mattress. There's so many angles he has to worry about, and somehow He skates his way into Jim, but he's fully blind. He's got to tuck in the corner. It's all down to Merc now as Ambi dies. 1v4 lights up a little bit of one, but he's trapped in the corner,
full
fully
black.
blind. More flashbangs come out. Plant going down. Nafe will finish him. And our first
Has Ashen
NA
been top
team
3 in North
heading
America
to
for the
Riyadh
past years?
is Dark
Wait, what?
Zero.
Huge congratulations to Dark Zero. Incredibly well deserved. I mean, what more can be said? They played absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, I was trying to think if EU is like more competitive than NA. NA is better than EU, but that doesn't necessarily mean more competitive, right?
Sonics absolutely beautifully played at the start on Clubhouse, but Dark Zero just pulling.
DZ look really good, man. DZ look really, really good.
To pull back those rounds.
I'm excited.
Insanely
I
close
still think
rounds,
Sonic's make
some insanely
EWC.
close comebacks.
That
What an
performance
incredible
didn't
series.
dissuade me from it.
What do they say about close? It only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, unfortunately. Sonics
Sonics would
could
be
not close
LG
out,
SSG.
even though they
Yeah,
looked
that's what I'm
like they
thinking
were
too.
playing the map better, but I feel like as time went on,
I think LG
DZ
could
started
upset and beat
to
beat
figure
Space
it
Station.
out, right? In the beginning of the rounds, DZ
I wish I
was
got to see those M80 versus LG
couldn't really have
games,
won it, and then it
because
was
I don't know if that was just like
it was a slaughter.
classic
So,
M80
real
trolls,
quick before we go to
or if
break,
LG
let's
just like are
retake
a
look
cracked
at
team.
our bracket.
So LG
As
SSG
we
is
can
going to be really
see,
tough to call, but I think
Sonics
regardless,
lost,
Sonics win in the lower
but
bracket.
There's 3 teams heading to Riyadh. So DZ obviously going, the winner of LG and SSG gonna go, and then the loser of our second game will play against Sonics tomorrow for that last spot.
Super used mouse and keyboard on console
They
year
will
year one.
indeed.
Okay,
So,
bro.
Yeah, in a few moments we are going to see Luminosity Gaming versus Space
SSG always
Station
better in the
Gaming.
rematch.
Should be
Fair.
An interesting
Fair.
series. I think honestly that has the potential to be an even better series than this one.
I mean, the thing in
There's
Siege
lots
is
of
usually
nice
people
stuff
do
about
better
that.
in the rematch
We'll
in
really
general,
keep
but
talking
like
about
that didn't
But we will see you all in a few.
that didn't really work for you though,
minutes.
did it,
Son of-
Gunner? Well, that's the first BO3 done, chat. We got one more BO3 coming up. It's going to be Space Station versus Luminosity. I give it like 10-15 minutes. We're going to be here watching it, so stick around. We played like ass. It happens. It happens. Waiting for LG versus SSG. So we can chat Siege for a while, play some geography games while we're at it. Wi-Fi drops 22 on SSG and Benja retires. I'm here for that fucking timeline. I like Benja. I want to see that team do well, but Wi-Fi retiring it might be better. Will the usual R6 Sports talent, including myself, be at Esports Cup, World Cup? Some of them will, some of them won't. Depends who takes the contract. I've already said it on stream. I'm going to tweet it once the official roster gets announced, but I will not be there. How long is the wait? There's no LAN or anything. I wouldn't expect the wait to be too long. I would give it like 15 minutes. Cook 'em, gang. Slat 123. First time chatter. What's my favorite map in the game? To play or to watch? I really enjoy, I think Chalet is a great map. Both to watch and to play. Chat, do we want to jump in with Gunner? We're going to make a poll. Well, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to choose the channel point predictions. Congratulations to the DZ believers. Camhawk, the big channel point winner today. Second, I give you a poll. Do we get Gunner in the call? Yes or Yes X2. I give you 1 minute. Let's hop in with Gunner. We talk some Siege. Gunner, I don't know what your Discord is. Gunner 1738. Fantastic. I deadass did almost message the wrong Gunner, so I'm glad I asked.
Hola.
Yo, what's up?
Nothing much. Just a 2-month off season of nothing.
Hey, at least you get to watch other teams playing their games.
So miserable.
I bet.
That's okay.
How long are you sticking around for? You want to watch the second game, SSG versus LG2?
I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I literally have nothing.
Hell yeah.
Some Siege. I think this game decides SQ's fate.
So how so? Explain to me.
Because SSG, listen, long history of ownership over SQ. Go
Okay.
and actually look at the last time SQ beat Astralis / SSG.
I will.
Like that core call out. And tell me how many games it's been.
Sonics, last time they beat the SSG / Astralis core.
So you could literally just do like call it, I guess.
I'll do Space Station, and then if it's the old roster, I'll look at Astralis. That's the easiest way to do it. Ooh, it's been a while. Holy shit. So NAL 2022, but that was obviously the other roster for SSG. So let's look against Astralis. They've never beaten new SSG.
I told you. It's a long history of ownership, bro.
Holy shit.
I told you.
2021?
I told you.
All right, that's going to be a tough one.
I told you, bro. I don't know what it is. That is the one team it did not work.
Jesus. So it's been... All right. They have taken maps off them in BO3s, but that's literally it.
Yeah.
So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. How many in a row? When did they change teams? Stage 1, 2023, right? Yeah, because that's when they got Forest and J90 and Call Out. So 3 there, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 series in a row. Sorry, 8 series in a row.
Yeah.
4 and then 4. That
I'm telling you. A history of owning.
that is gonna be tough. We know the maps too. I want to pull up my stats for the maps too. Chat said it was something.
For LGSSG?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Something consulate and then
It's Bank, Consulate, Nighthaven.
Bank, consulate, Nighthaven. Okay, hold on. Bank chosen by LG.
What did SSG ban?
I don't know if we can see because it would have to be on the Faceit page.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I'm trying to SSG doesn't really have any like autos. I don't feel like. They kind of like always switch it up.
SSG for their bans. Yeah, they don't. I mean, they haven't played Labs in a really long time.
Yeah,
right?
I would say Labs is, but I also don't think they would let Labs through if they didn't have like
Right.
a plan.